An 83-year-old woman from Napa, California, died after a single vehicle accident last night in Westmoreland County. The coroner says it happened a few minutes after 8 p.m. on I-70 in South Huntington Township. Margaret Usak's SUV left the interstate. It hit a guardrail and overturned. She was taken to a hospital, and that's where she was pronounced dead. A 19-year-old man was sentenced Wednesday to serve 35 years to life in state prison for killing a classmate at Oliver Citywide Academy. In 2023, Jamir Perry shot Derek Harris 10 times, telling police he did it because Harris took his Beats headphones 2 days earlier. Perry pleaded guilty in June to first-degree murder. Now, for adults, the mandatory sentence is life without parole. But because Perry was 15 at the time, the mandatory minimum is 35 years in prison. Researchers at Pitt and CMU are collaborating on a hybrid quantum computer. Rob Rutenbar, the Senior Vice Chancellor for Research at the University of Pittsburgh, calls quantum computers the next revolutionary leap the industry's been looking for.
They can compute things much, much faster, much, much bigger, and not just like 2 or 3 times bigger, a million times faster, a million times bigger.
On the Big K Morning Show, Rutenbar said Pitt and CMU have a $5 million award from the National Science Foundation to build that quantum computer. Construction starts in September. A new interim president has been named for Penn West University. James Fisher will replace John Anderson, who is stepping down to become president at Utah Valley University. Fisher has served in multiple academic leadership roles at Penn West and also Edinburgh. The Penn West Board will start the search for a permanent president soon. Where you live in Pennsylvania could play a role in how long you live. A new county-by-county analysis has some surprising differences, as we hear from News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
The average Pennsylvania lives about 77 and a half years, but where you live can make a difference. In Allegheny County, the average life expectancy is 77 years, just below the statewide average. The new analysis from the Center for Royal Pennsylvania found Center County has the state's longest life expectancy at 82 years, while Forest County ranks last at 71. Researchers say the numbers highlight how access to health care, jobs, housing, and other community resources can shape long-term health. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
The economy expanded at a sluggish 1.5% pace from April through June. That is down from 2.1% in the first quarter, as rising imports were weighing on growth, but consumer spending was up. Also, the Fed's favored measure of inflation slowed at 3.7% last month compared with June in 2025. It's also down from 4.1% in May. On Wall Street, the Dow is ahead by 348 points at 51,942. The S&P is up 97 points, and the NASDAQ is up 638. That's almost 2.5% for the day so far. KDKA Sports, the Steelers practice at training camp again today at 11:20 a.m., and the Pirates are starting a 4-game series with the Reds in Cincinnati tonight. First pitch at 7:10. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 10:03. Time to call Dina Schmidt and Michael Coleman with One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 for health insurance that can save you thousands. It's 70 with a few clouds in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and AccuWeather next.
Hey folks, Marty here for Salem's Market and Grill in the Strip. It's grilling season for the best burgers and lamb chops. I'm telling you, Salem's is the joint. The lamb chops are marinated to perfection with unbeatable flavor. And if you want juicy, mouth-watering burgers, you just gotta go to Salem's. All their meats are from locally sourced farms. Check out their entire menu at salemsmarketgrill.com. 2923 Penn Avenue in the Strip. Trust me, it's worth the trip to Salem.
Auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health. But then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Colonel is the king of chicken. That's why he's always had a beef with beef. But on Wednesdays, he's squashing the beef by frying it. KFC Country Fried Steak is here for only $4.99. Crispy golden outside, tender steak inside. Served with peppery gravy, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. At last, the Colonel and beef buried the hatchet in gravy. Get the $4.99 Country Fried Steak Wednesdays for a limited time only at KFC.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax, tip, and fees extra.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have another accident. New to our roster for this report is an accident down in Baldwin Borough. So heads up if you are traveling Shooty Road near the intersection with Brentwood Road. Lots of crews on scene and more have been dispatched to the scene. So a very busy area there. No accident for you on the Parkway West, but the inbound slowdowns are now greeting you before you get to the top of Green Tree Hill, trying to fit down into those Fort Pitt tunnels. Good news is if you're traveling out of the South Hills via Route 19 West Liberty Avenue or 51 closer to the tunnels, the Liberty tunnels, that is, just traffic light delays awaiting for you there. And we do have the Parkway East inbound and outbound just a little bit slow near the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Plenty of sunshine and pleasant for the rest of today with a high of 82, then moonlit skies and comfortable tonight, low 58. Sunny to partly cloudy and warm tomorrow, high 85 for Saturday, remaining warm with more clouds and sun, high 83. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Got a call early this morning from Joseph Patrick Murphy. He's an immigration attorney. I had posted this video, this beautiful wedding with these beautiful children as bridesmaids and carrying the flowers and a ring bearer. Gorgeous. And they were Haitians, and it was in Charleroi. And it was concerning the fact that they now are not allowed to work. Oh, there he is on the VMix. Good morning, Joseph Patrick Murphy. How are you, sir? Thanks for joining us on such short notice.
All right, Marty, I'm great. No problem. Anytime I can, I will.
Okay, this is what's unsettling to me. So I post this beautiful video, right?
Right.
Gorgeous kids, beautiful wedding, right?
Yes.
Set that up for us, please. That was in Charleroi?
So, it was at the church. It's the church where I have the office, the Haitian church there in Charleroi. There was a very nice wedding. I was at the wedding. I was at church that day, and we were down in the church basement where, like, people always have their wedding banquets and stuff. And I took out my iPhone and shot some footage of it. It was very nicely decorated. Just people, a good time. Everybody's dressed up. The kids looked cute. And it was just a really nice moment. And I shared that with you, and we were talking about it, this particular community the other day. And I asked you to post that so people could see that these weren't wild animals.
Right on.
Kind of just like us. Well, it turns out the real wild animals are us. The kind of comments that were being put on that terrified that community. They begged me to take it down.
Wow.
So, guys, cool your jets. Yes, the program is temporary. And it is.
Describe the program, please, for people who are ignorant, the same people.
Temporary protected status is a program the Department of Homeland Security itself creates. It does that when there's a big problem in a foreign country that's not serious enough to involve the grant of asylum. Mm-hmm. This could be horrible wars, starvation, earthquakes, things, diseases like Ebola. Those all gave rise to TPS programs to get people out of there. In Haiti, there's no effective government of any type. It's being run by warlords, effectively.
Gangs, drug lords.
Yep. And we have a program for people to get out of that. They can get travel authorizations and fly to the United States and live here. The idea of temporary protected status is temporary. And the temporary nature of it is when the problem ends. The problem with Haiti is it's getting worse, and the Americans have just lost patience. So now
hold
they
on,
want
hold
to
on.
take...
Let's get to the point here, because we've established that. And so we post this beautiful video of these beautiful people. And first of all, it went viral. The comments that were so nasty that the Haitians from Charleroi reached out to you and said, we're afraid for our lives, right?
Yep, they said, please get Marty to take the... They said, first, I don't know where he got this footage, and I had to admit that I gave it to you. And then they said, well, please see if you can get him to take it down. It's actually scaring us. There's these people are saying things that, are making us fear for our safety.
So this is where we're at. We show a video of a beautiful wedding in a beautiful community with people who are paying federal and state taxes, who are raising children, who are working their asses off. And our plan is, you suck, you're illegal, you're criminals, to hell with you. And they scared them to the point where they begged you to call me and get that taken down this morning, right?
Yep. Real lack of modesty here among American people. The whole, they've immigrants, right? Like they're all suddenly experts in immigration law, and they want to lump in these poor people with really nasty people in some cases who snuck into our country. Maybe they're foreign criminals, things like that. That's not this group. And, you can't just say immigrants like that.
My man, their children sitting at a friggin' wedding table having a damn cookie, brother.
Yep. No, I get it. That's what I've got a case today. That's how crazy this thing has gotten. I've got a case today in about an hour and 20 minutes. That's that case. They're going to deport a 5-year-old.
No.
They got a 5-year-old kid facing deportation. Her mom and dad are not taking care of her. They dumped her with an American family who happens to speak Spanish. The American family has spent a lot of money trying to save this little girl. Hired me to get guardianship over her, hired me to get her a green card. Next thing you know, they serve her with a deportation notice. I asked the judge, can you just give us some time? Can you just give the girl some time to get her green card? Okay, just wait. She will be getting legal. Nope, can't do it. We're going to have a deportation hearing. You can brief it, Joe, but I think the decision may be a foregone conclusion. I'm going to see what kind of justice I get at 11:30. The government at the first hearing said they would defer to the court if the court wanted to give her the time. The court said, fine, they're deferring. Murphy briefed the issues. Last night, about 3 o'clock yesterday, toward the end of the day before the trial of this thing, the government notifies me that now they're opposing. All the briefs are designed around them not opposing. So this is the kind of stuff we've gone. I suspect, there's going to be some regret.
What the hell is a 5-year-old going to do if they deport her, sir? What happens to her?
Who's going to take care of her? What's going to happen? These kids are particularly at risk. It's a very dangerous world. It eats people up. Yeah.
And the retort I get from friends, they're illegal. To hell with you. No compassion.
Well, how illegal can a 5-year-old be?
Jesus.
All right, we don't believe that 5-year-olds can commit crimes. We don't believe 15-year-olds can commit crimes in many cases. So what are you talking? You want to take this out on children?
Right.
I mean, there has to be a point at which this anger and this craziness has a limit. There has to be a point where that's enough. I suspect we're nearing it. Yeah.
I'm losing my will to care about these people that hate these beautiful little children. Thanks,
well,
brother.
they're Americans, too. They've got the viewpoint. Yep. I'll check on you after court. Maybe I'll let you know how we did.
All right, man.
Thanks, Marty.
Quit sending me the damn texts. There's too many of them. Let me move 40 Haitians in next to you. Screw you. Have a friggin' heart, man. The same people that beg me to help them, beg me to resolve their problems, beg me to raise money for them. Well, there's no space. I know I'm being insensitive, but they're illegal. Get them out of here. The 5-year-old. 5-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. And I had to take a video down of beautiful people, gorgeous little girls in little pink dresses holding flowers at a wedding because you folks hated them so much. You scared them. Stop with your rhetoric. They're illegal, Marty. I don't give a damn what you folks think because you have no heart. I don't know, ma'am. It's almost wall punching time. I'm losing faith. in the fact that you folks don't give a damn about anything. But they're illegal. Screw them. 5-year-old girl. Send her back to Haiti by herself. Dump her on a beach somewhere. Good luck, sweetheart. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is an accident in Baldwin Borough, Brentwood Road at Shooty Road. Lots of crews on the scene there, so watch for that. Parkway West on the inbound ride is heavy still on the front side of Green Tree Hill. And you'll find heavy traffic now in Braddock as you are trying to travel on Braddock Avenue. This is a massive improvement project that kicked off this morning. And this is a project that'll run through the end of the year. An around-the-clock single-lane restriction in both directions in the 4-lane section of Braddock Avenue between Cable Avenue and just north of O'Connell Boulevard. And traffic at times will be down to a single alternating lane of traffic with a flag crew on the scene from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily as needed. And again, between that Cable Avenue area and just north of O'Connell Boulevard. Take care through that work zone. Watch out for the workers who are there, please. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. I was in ICU at UPMC. They saved my life. And this was recently. The care was around the clock. And the medicine was insane. And the doctors and the nurses and the kindness. They saved my life again. The truth is that it's the greatest health care I've ever received anywhere in the world. And it truly is life-saving, life-changing medicine. UPMC. I'm a believer.
Hey, it's Pony back to talk about my guys from Comer and Cross. If your garage floor is cracked and stained, you already know that it's making your entire garage look bad, and a bad epoxy job makes it look worse. With one easy call to Comer and Cross, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. You can get a quick estimate for a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor that you will love, just like I love mine. The Comer and Cross garage floor, gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In just one day, Comer and Cross will fix all your cracks and pits perfectly. They'll apply the gleaming new Comer and Cross concrete floor you choose. They'll even move your stuff out of the garage for you. Several realtors now say a Comer and Cross garage floor can increase your home's value by up to 10%. With over 2,000 5-star reviews and 50% off installation right now, what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR right now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or schedule us at COMERCross.com.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing medicine.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I have to find solace in the fact that a lot of you do give a damn. But I find myself kind of conflicted about the use of the platform because the video helps us a great deal. We proved that point, quite frankly, with our walk through the high-rise in McKeesport, showing the dilapidated conditions, and 400,000 of you people watched it. It reached New York, and now, quite frankly, these billionaire disenfranchised, I don't give a damn except for the profit landlords in New York are actually stepping up. because word got back to them through the video. They saw what they saw, and they freaked out that they're going to get criminally charged tomorrow. We posted a GoFundMe, which is a video of this young man who died last week when he was hit by a car on McKnight Road. And you started out with obnoxious, hateful comments and ended up donating. Well, we had to cut it off. You were being so generous. And Mom wanted to call in this morning and express her gratitude because she's so grateful. It's the conundrum I face with social media in general and the power of both these platforms and video. I have to live with the fact that some of you just sit there enraged. You're lonely. You're unemployed. You're in your undies. You're in Mom's basement. You can't afford the GLP-1s. A six-pack to you is literally a six-pack of beer. And you're waiting on your next burrito. And you got nothing to say except hate. And so you hate. And then friends of mine reach out with this crap. Yeah, I know there's just 5-year-old kids, but it is illegal. We got to get rid of them. Screw you. Let me crawl up here, you know what, and expose some of the crap you've been doing your whole life and punish you the way you should be punished. And we'll see how that goes. These holier-than-thou, high and mighty folks who say it is the law. Take the 5-year-old, put her in a crate with the dogs under the plane and ship her back to Haiti. Screw her. If someone tried to do that with a friggin' Basset Hound puppy, you would lose your you-know-what. So we have an American family trying to adopt this 5-year-old girl, and the judge says, screw it, let's deport her. I don't find that to be particularly compassionate. I just... This is the way I feel. It is the law. Screw off. Come on, man. It's like the guy with 12 DUIs who doesn't go to jail because he knows the judge and has lawyer friends, or the guy with 1 who goes to jail because he doesn't know anyone. Screw off. Banging my head against this wall that we live in a country where you folks would think it'd be okay to say horrific things about these beautiful Haitian folks having a damn wedding in Charleroi as if they have a meth lab and they're splitting up the dope on the table. They're at a friggin' wedding, man. You couldn't reserve. They literally called the attorney who sent me that video and said, could you please ask Marty to take that down? We're scared to death. So this is what you've created. They live in fear. The governor in Ohio is a Republican. He said, we're sending these people back to hell. They added $10 million to our economy. Oh. They cut our unemployment in half. Oh. Yet you hear that and send me texts. I'd like to move 40 Haitians next door to you. Okay. Or one of my close friends, Rob. I know. It's too bad. Got to obey the law. Okay. Sure. I get annoyed with the lack of... They're only compassionate if they need the compassion. Or if they need something. Then please care about me. As you can probably tell, I'm perturbed about this. I really am. It grates on me that you have this myopic view of folks who are scared to death that they're going to be murdered if they're shipped back to a home that isn't their home anymore, or murdered by you if they stay here because you hate them so much. Yet they work for you, they pay taxes, and somehow you determine that they're all on welfare, and they're all stealing, they all set up scams. Yet you have no evidence to that. That's all I ever hear is this crap. All sizzle, no steak. It's gross. Now you know how I really feel. At the end of the day, man, and I know a bunch of ICE guys, and some of them are so annoyed by all this rhetoric and crap, they're actually quitting, I swear, and going back to the department that they started at. One of my boys is a very, very active ICE agent. He's been shipped all over the country. He's in Minneapolis. He's been in some of the conflict zones. And he literally sent me a note and said, I'm going back to Pittsburgh to work. Screw this. This is so awful. I'm sick of all this. I'm sick of the hate towards us. I'm sick of the hate towards immigrants. I'm just sick of all of it. I'm quitting. And when I can't post a video of these beautiful Haitian kids that you've classified as criminals, and without them afraid that you're going to hurt them, we've kind of hit a wall, haven't we, sir? Ladies and gentlemen, I say we have. Meantime, Joseph Patrick Murphy is right now in court. He has an American family who wants to adopt a 5-year-old girl, and the judge said, screw it. We're sending her back to Haiti. Alone. Love to know how you would fare as an adult alone in Haiti. Love to know what you would do if they were sending your puppy or your kitten to Haiti. You'd be calling me, asking me for a fundraiser, that you need a lawyer. Help me, Marty. 5-year-old kid, screw it. Put her in a box. Put her under the plane with the dogs. Send her back to Haiti, Marty. Screw it, she's breaking the law. Okay. Oh, no, ma'am. I think some of you folks need to look in the mirror and say, maybe I back off this anger for a while. Maybe I just try to do something nice. I love the people who think they're wonderful, but they're really just pure, 100% misogynist, sexist, racist jagoffs. And they think they're wonderful all day long. They got this disease, I call it know-it-all syndrome. They know that these people are illegal. Get them the hell out of here, including the 5-year-old. I ain't going to do that. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure she stays here and gets adopted by an American family. Whether you like that or not, I don't care. It's what my dad would do, and my dad's always listening. How about that? If you don't like it, I just don't care.
Time to get that painting project done that you've been putting off by calling CertaPro Painters. Hi, this is Larry Richard. My first experience more than a decade ago started with a free estimate. They got that done quickly and left the place beautifully cleaned up after a great professional job. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. That makes all the difference in the world. You're talking to the owner. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Join Beth Andrews for the Net Worth Financial Hour Saturdays at 1 to get the news and information you need to make your retirement dream a reality. That's the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews, Saturdays at 1. Net Worth Advisors, LLC is a registered investment advisor.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to Supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's Supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Life's best moments start with perfect choices. For Connie Nowak, it was a trolley ride and a 67-year love story. A life of family, smart decisions, and companionship with Chester the cat. Her retirement choice? The village at St. Barnabas. Recreation, healthcare, close to family, everything on her list. Plus, it's an exceptional retirement value with a flexible entry process and affordable rates. St. Barnabas Retirement Communities, stbarnabascommunities.com, or call 724-444-5568.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
70 and partly cloudy at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Arrests have been made in connection with two recent shootings that killed 3 people. News Radio KDKA's Rob Taylor has more.
Authorities on Wednesday arrested 39-year-old Arthur Davis in the shooting death of a man in the early morning hours of Saturday, July 25th on Derby Alley, just off Broadway Avenue in Stowe Township. Davis was found at a home on Pittsburgh's north side. Also on Wednesday, 19-year-old Deshaun Hines of Clareton was arrested at a business on the north side. Hines is accused of shooting two people in Clareton on the evening of July 25th in the 800 block of Miller Avenue. Both men died. One of the victims was identified as 32-year-old Robert Jones. The other man's identity was not released. Hines and Davis are in the Allegheny County Jail awaiting arraignment. Rob Taylor, News Radio, KDKA.
The owner of two dogs that killed a family's pet emu in McKeesport is facing legal consequences. Allegheny County's dog warden filed 8 summary charges against Amber Alexander. Her daughter, Constance, told KDKA TV what her mother plans to do.
As far as I know, we were told if we had an issue with one charge that we should just plead not guilty to all of them. That's what we were advised. So I guess that's what we're doing. I don't know. My mom is doing all that.
After Alexander enters the pleas, a judge will decide if the dogs are dangerous. If the judge makes that determination, the owner can appeal. If no appeal is filed, the owner has 2 options: have the dogs euthanized or keep them leashed and muzzled. Cafe Raymond is expanding beyond the Strip District with a second location in Brentwood. The new restaurant will be where Cracked Egg used to be on Brownsville Road. Cafe Raymond will announce an opening date, they say, soon. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is up 338 points. It's at 51,932. The S&P is up 92 points, and the NASDAQ is up 631. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:31. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Ethos.
Don't let your digital footprint trip up your search for your next job. That's because employers audit the social media of potential employees.
Anything inappropriate.
Jason Wachtel of the search firm J.W. Michaels & Company says old pictures of college keg stands or years-old posts about politics can be deal breakers.
If it's out there, it could come back and bite you in the rear.
I'm Rob Hart.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
So, my man Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service takes a massive tree off an elderly woman's house for free. Why? Because he gives a damn. He's the best there is. They have the best equipment, the best staffing, the best pricing. They do the job right every single time. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Carlos is out there right now, cutting trees. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE. Call them.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? It's a gorgeous day out there. The traffic not so gorgeous on the Parkway West for a couple of reasons. Inbound, you just have the leftovers from the rush hour with sluggish traffic for you right around the top of Green Tree Hill. Now it's a great day to do some landscaping, and the good folks from the Western Pennsylvania Conservancy are doing that work in the grassy median on the inbound Parkway West between the Banksville on-ramp and the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. They'll be out there till about 2 today, and because of that, there's a left shoulder restriction, and that's certainly making for a tighter squeeze than normal as you head inbound that way, and that's why you're seeing the slowdowns there. Parkway East inbound and outbound moving pretty well near the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Occasionally you're getting a little bit of delay between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the inbound tunnel portal. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Lots of sunshine the rest of today with a high of 82, then mainly clear tonight, though 58. Sunshine tomorrow, a few clouds in the afternoon, and warm with a high of 85. It'll remain warm Saturday with clouds and some sun, the high 83. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, here we go. It's a Thursday. We got lots going on. Colin Dunlap 2 to 6 right here, KDK.
It was a week ago when young Michael was killed on McKnight Road. About 10 o'clock at night, he was with his girlfriend. He was hit by a car. The driver pulled over. He was killed instantly. The shock and the horror has set in for his family. And to benefit his mom, who's a wonderful, wonderful woman and in great pain, we established a GoFundMe account with a goal of $10,000 to pay for the funeral and some other expenses. And thank you to the kindness of this audience. You blew past that and gave us all hope and gave us all optimism that, okay, maybe the world isn't filled with hate. Maybe you do give a damn. And Candace wanted to pop in here in the middle of all this horrible pain, and thank you. And she joins us this morning. If you find any solace or any happiness in this, my dear, at least you find happiness in people that care enough about your son and you to help you pay this funeral, yes?
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
That doesn't ease any of the pain, but it does make it easier to understand that people do care, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I was looking at it, and I'm like, wow. You know, it really made my heart just fill with joy because I'm just like, people really, really care. There is good people out here, and I appreciate every last person that donated or, you know, even said prayers. That really meant a lot to me.
It's a horrific experience. Have you made arrangements yet, final arrangements? I spoke to the funeral folks last night about the GoFundMe, and they were very grateful. Have you made final arrangements?
So, yeah, we made the arrangements. Like, I picked out things and stuff like that, but the dates isn't really exact yet because, you know, I'm still working on the churches and stuff like that, but it will be soon.
Yes, ma'am. Let me know, and anything I can do for you, I will. We love you and respect you and admire you and want you to be okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
She wanted to call in this morning and thank folks for stepping up. Look, we lose our faith in humanity. Sometimes I get angry sometimes, as I have been in the first half hour because of the situation with the Haitian kids, and in particular the 5-year-old girl that they're trying to deport today, actually. But Candace texted me last night, and she said she was looking at the GoFundMe account, and truly it was over the limit, and we shut it down. And how this will work is Patrick has been magnificent. Well, Patrick, tell us how this will work. He's here and set this up for us. Tell us how this will play out, sir. No audio.
Got me now, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, once the funds transfer over, we will make that payment directly. So we'll take care of that with the funeral home. And I think we decided that if there's anything left over, we're going to give that to Candace so she can, take care of whatever other things she needs to do with her family.
A lot of folks have consternation. They pick on the GoFundMe page saying they charge this fee. They do not charge a fee for something like this, do they?
No, they do not. They're actually wonderful about that. So for emergency situations, they do not charge fees like this.
And we went over the limit. But I asked you last night to shut it down, and then they process it and takes how long?
It takes a couple of days. So there's a verification process you have to go through. And because we tweaked it for a little bit from the last time we did this, it's just going to take a day or two for it to get verified. And then they'll have the funds to us, and we'll take care of that and give that to Candace and to the funeral home.
One of the things I like about a GoFundMe is they're careful about folks trying to rip them off or trying to set up scams, yes?
Absolutely. And that's why there is a verification process. So they want to make sure that people aren't getting scammed. And if they determine that something is not up and up, they actually return the donations back to the people who made them. So they're very good about that. And they have quite a process that you have to go through.
I spoke to the funeral folks, the Odell folks last night. They're very grateful. We will send them a check directly, and it makes it easier. And people don't have to worry about what's happening to their money. And I respect and admire the fact that folks stepped up. The problem sometimes with GoFundMe, and I've said this to you, there are so many of them now that it diminishes the value of folks who really need this money. I get 10 requests a day. Somebody gets hurt at work. They're home for a month. They want money. Something as innocuous as a prom dress. They want money. And what happens is, if we wrap our arms around 10 of them, then we lose our credibility. And at some point, Patrick, folks turn it off and they don't care. And I understand that, don't you?
Well, exactly. It can be white noise. When there are so many requests coming in to donate to this, donate to that, it becomes overwhelming and people start to tune it out. But, when individual causes come up, like Michael Wade's, people do step up.
They do.
So it's that's why one of those things that we can help amplify those things when they come up. And, look how people stepped up. It's pretty amazing.
It is. Very cool. And Mom is very, 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 very grateful. She wanted to pop in this morning and say thank you. Deb has been on hold about this Haitian girl. I wanted to grab her. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Marty. Marty, I just have two real quick questions for you. Number one, this little girl, where are her parents?
Drug addicts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. And then my next question.
Which, by the way, it's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah. So, yes, that's the answer, though.
Yeah. Okay. And then my second question, I think that you have answered. I think, just personally, I think that the majority of your listeners are not filled with this hate and this.
I say about 10%.
Okay. Well, I know that I'm a listener, and I know there's other elderly folks that listen. You please don't berate us like that.
I'm not berating you, lady. Don't listen if you think I'm berating you. I'm not berating you. I'm berating the people that scared these poor kids to death. Scared them to death. To the point where they called me and asked me to take the video down. Said they wanted to kill the kids. Said they were murderers and drug dealers and rapists. This has nothing to do with you, ma'am. Why do you make it about you? It's got nothing to do with you.
It's just sometimes it seems like you yell at us.
I do, because I'm angry. Because they scared these little kids. And if you don't get angry about that, that's your problem, ma'am. It is.
No, it's not that I'm not angry about it, Marty. It's just that I don't think that the majority of your listeners are like that.
I didn't say they were, but the ones who are need to grow up and get a life and quit being so angry and care about each other. Don't you think, Deb?
Well, I do. I
okay,
do.
And this isn't Mr. Rogers. Sorry. It isn't. It isn't Mayberry. Yeah, I yell. Yeah, I get angry. And if I don't, then something's wrong with me. And if you can't handle me being angry, that's your problem. I'm angry as hell that people would hate these beautiful little kids at a wedding. And then I would get hundreds of people saying they suck and they're criminals and they're drug dealers and they're rapists and they're living off America and they're all on welfare. It's a bald-faced lie, Debbie. Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry. That's what happens when people get screwed around. And when I get fired up, we make a difference. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry, but I ain't changing. Are you? Ain't Mr. Rogers, ma'am. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we have a list of a couple of accidents here. Heads up as you're driving in McKeesport on the 5th Avenue ramp at the McKeesport Duquesne Bridge. We have crews on the scene of an accident there and more headed to the scene. Accident in Brentwood Borough on busy Brownsville Road at even busier Clairton Boulevard, also known as Route 51. So the main drag there is heavy with crews helping with that. Final stages of clearing is an earlier accident in Baldwin Borough. This on Shooty Road at Brentwood Road. Parkway West on the inbound side is backing for you right around the top of Green Tree Hill as you try to fit into the Fort Pitt tunnels. You have delays in either direction on the Parkway East approaching the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA Traffic, I'm Evelyn Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to hear a shocking statistic? Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. Don't believe it? Google it. And that doesn't count serious injuries like birth injuries to perfectly healthy children. All doctors wear white jackets, but it doesn't make them all the same. Most medical errors are committed by the same quacks over and over again. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Many hospitals looking for more profits are forcing doctors and their groups to be employees of the hospital or be forced out of their system. It's a troubling trend in medicine. People make mistakes, but medical mistakes are huge and often forever. If you believe your child suffered a birth injury or a misdiagnosis or mistake led to a loved one's death or injury, let our team of medical malpractice lawyers examine your case for free. No recovery, no fee. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Morgan & Morgan, 603 Stanwyck Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lawyer will handle Pennsylvania cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Life in the blink of an eye. My son, Vince, is turning 16. Wow. And I'm calling Oakmont Bakery, and I'm looking on their page because they have 3,000 ideas for handmade cakes, bespoke, anything you want. Flavors, shapes, sizes, you name it, they do it. Made my daughter insanely cool ballet slippers for her 16th. Oakmont Bakery. Delicious.
Join Allegheny County for the summer concert series with free live music all season long at Harwood Acres and South Park amphitheaters. Bring a blanket, bring your friends, and come hungry. Local food trucks, Black Dog Winery, and Hop Farm Brewing Company will be on site starting at 6 p.m. Concerts kick off at 7:30. No tickets, no cost, just great music and even better vibes. Your summer soundtrack starts here. Visit AlleghenyCounty.us/summer for the full lineup.
The success you've had in life matters. The late nights, the extra shifts, the moments you've stood up and said, I've got this. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we value your achievements because we're a school for real life. With UMGC, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer scholarships, affordable tuition, and online and hybrid classes, all with the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. As an accredited state university, we've been transforming lives for over 75 years. Choose from more than 100 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, and get ready to succeed again. At UMGC, success is yours for the taking and the making, and nothing should keep you from it, especially not an application fee. Apply now and we'll waive your application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Debbie called because she's upset that I yelled at her. Okay, Debbie. Debbie, you know, I got mad because when we put up the GoFundMe page for the young boy killed in McKnight Road, some hater posted, "Why did the N-word cross the road?" Would that not make you mad, Debbie? Yeah. No, Debbie, you're cool with that. That's why I got mad about that. I got mad, Debbie, when I went into a housing complex in McKeesport where there's no water to put out a damn fire. Would that make you mad, Debbie? It made me mad. Guess what they did? Folks raised so much money for the young man, young Michael, that we had to shut down the fundraiser. That's what getting mad gets done, Debbie. Guess what happened in McKeesport? We walked through a complex, mad, because they had no water to put out a damn fire. And 400,000 people watched that damn video with me mad. Guess what happened, Debbie? Guess what happened? They fixed the water problem. They're safe today. One of my favorite people fell down her stairs, broke her teeth, lives alone, broke her arm, then had a heart attack. I am not exaggerating. Had to crawl around her damn house. That made me mad, Debbie. Guess what I did yesterday? We put a stair lift in her house, Debbie, because I was mad, Debbie. It's how it works. Sorry, I'm not serenading you. I'm not rubbing your back. I'm not. We get mad. We get SHI blank done, as the governor says. Someone said they were offended by that. The governor says we get SHI blank done. I said, I don't give a damn. We put a damn bridge up in a week and a half. I'm cool with all of it. Yeah, I get mad. Ask my wife and kids. But I love everybody that wants to make a difference. And I despise the demise of American culture that wants to take a 5-year-old girl, put her in a damn box, in essence, and ship her back to Haiti where she'll die. Yeah, I get mad, Debbie. That's how this works. I ain't Mr. Rogers, never claimed to be. I laugh a lot. I cry a lot. I get mad. That's how this works. We play hard. That's how it works, man. And Debbie, if you're offended by that, I ain't changing. If you don't want to listen, Mr. Rogers is in reruns and SpongeBob starts at 11. I'm not demeaning you. I'm just suggesting that, yeah, I get mad. And somehow you take that personally, I'm mad at you. Got nothing to do with you. What you should have done and called and said, I can't believe they want to deport. They want to deport a 5-year-old girl. You should have called and said, I can't believe they used an N-word about a young man who was killed on the highway. You should have called and said, I can't believe they would put 200 people in a high-rise that has no water to put out a fire. Instead of saying, Marty, why are you mad? Spare me. Read the room. Seriously. When there's a problem, I get mad. And when I get mad, we chase the rabbit. And we chase the rabbit, we make a difference. It's that simple. You don't like that? I've been the same for 20 years on this show, and I have no plans to change because it works for us, Debbie. A very successful man is helping us establish a multi-million-dollar fund to help thousands of people, Debbie. You know why? Because we get SHI blank done. So what, I get mad? I laugh, too. You never call me and say, boy, you're funny. I don't want credit. I just want you to accept the fact that there are things that are going to make me mad. And this crap about him being mean to the elderly folks who listen to this show, that's bull crap. I was in an elderly woman's house in Squirrel Hill yesterday, and she hugged me crying. Because we put a stair lift in her house because she couldn't walk around. She couldn't crawl. Elderly people don't like me. Bull crap. Elderly people get angry the same way I do. Hell, I'm a senior. What the hell are you talking about? I'm one of those elderly people. My man Mazza. I love Steve Mazza. You know why? Two things. He gives a damn. Let me tell you a couple of his texts this morning. He's one of the badasses with the Carpenters Union. All they do is good work all friggin' day long. Regarding the Haitians, Mazza says, I'll take them in the Carpenter's Apprentice program. Boom! Regarding the bridge, the Parkway Bridge, Pittsburgh building trades people did that, Marty, in a week and a half. Boom! And then this is why I love him. Marty, don't forget about my wife. She wants to help. This man who's become one of my good friends has volunteered his wife to help us make a difference. Those are the people that I love. They kind of get it. They kind of buy in. Some don't. I'm not for everyone. Duh. Never expected to be. But we give a damn. A lot more than most people. And I'm going to get mad about certain things that you should get mad about, Debbie, rather than calling me and scolding me because I hurt your feelings. Too bad. You're a big girl. Big girl. Care about something that matters, not whether or not I made you upset about yelling.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
We have a faucet in our bathroom that you cannot turn on. It takes like a wrench and a weightlifting exercise to turn it on. I called 2D Mechanical. It's a true story. They're at the house within an hour. They fix the problem within an hour. They're kind, courteous, professional. The pricing is amazing. They wear those little boots so they don't get any dirt in your house. And they know what the hell they're doing. They get to the problem and resolve it fast. 412-771-4100. 412-771-4100. 2D Mechanical.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 73, mostly sunny skies at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. An 83-year-old woman from Napa, California died after a single vehicle accident last night in Westmoreland County. The coroner says it happened a few minutes before 8 p.m. on I-70 in South Huntington Township. Margaret Usak's SUV left the interstate, hit the guardrail, and overturned. She was pronounced dead at a hospital. Iran and the U.S. are continuing to trade strikes. More from ABC's Matt Rivers in Jordan.
Once again here in Jordan, we had incoming fire from Iran overnight. U.S. troops forced to take cover in their bases here for the second straight night as 5 Iranian missiles were ultimately intercepted. Egypt also being targeted by a drone attack, and that is a major escalation. The first time that that's happened since this war began. U.S. forces in Kuwait targeted once again overnight as well.
And new attacks from Russia hit multiple Ukrainian cities overnight. Hundreds of drones struck multiple cities, and Ukrainian officials say at least 8 people died. Does your zip code have anything to do with your lifespan? A new report shows where Pennsylvanians live may matter. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
The Center for Royal Pennsylvania's 2025 county-level life expectancy analysis shows the average Pennsylvanian lives about 77.5 years. But there's a nearly 10-year gap depending on where you live. Allegheny County's average is about 77 years. Center County ranks highest with residents living about 82 years on average, followed by Chester County at 81. At the other end, Forest County's average is about 72 years. The center says those differences can be linked to factors like healthcare access, economic conditions, and other community factors that influence health. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
The economy expanded at a sluggish 1.5% pace from April through June. That's down from 2.1% in the first quarter as rising imports weighed on growth. But consumer spending was up. The Fed's favored measure of inflation slowed at 3.7% last month compared with June in 2025. It is also down from 4.1% in May. On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is ahead 141 points at 51,735. The S&P is up 65 points, and the Nasdaq is up 503 points, almost 2%. KDKA Sports, the Steelers practice at training camp again today at 11:20. The Pirates are starting a 4-game series with the Reds in Cincinnati tonight. First pitch is at 7:10. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. And by the elder law attorneys of Julie and Gray Associates. Safeguard your assets and ensure your wishes are honored. KDKA Radio News Time is 11:03. Time to call Dina Schmidt and Michael Coleman with Munn Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 if you recently lost health insurance or don't have coverage with an employer. 73, partly cloudy in Pittsburgh, AAA traffic and AccuWeather next.
Summer is better together, and nobody does community like Legends Senior Living. As one of Pennsylvania's largest senior living providers, they invite you to fun summer events across Pittsburgh area communities and experience the vibrant lifestyle that awaits. Meet new friends, learn something new, and explore topics that matter to seniors and their families. Enjoy chef-prepared cuisine, meaningful conversation, and the warm hospitality that makes Legends so special. Visit legends.seniorliving.com/PGH to browse summer events, RSVP, and start filling your social calendar.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, what's up? A gorgeous sunny Thursday, and crews are working on the landscaping stretch that is between the inbound and outbound Parkway West, Marty, between the Banksville on-ramp and the Fort Pitt tunnels. They'll be there till about 2 today, and inbound is what is kind of problematic. They have forced a shoulder restriction there for safety's sake as the crews from the Western Pennsylvania Conservancy are there, and so that's making traffic tight and backing you right around the top of Green Tree Hill. Accidents are still being cleared in McKeesport, one on 5th Avenue's ramp to the McKeesport-Duquesne Bridge, and also one in Brentwood Borough, that from the intersection of Brownsville Road at Clairton Boulevard, Route 51. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Bright sunshine this afternoon, our high reaching 82, then clear skies tonight, low 58. Sunshine and a few high clouds tomorrow afternoon, the high temperature 85. Warm Saturday with clouds, some sun, and a high of 83. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
In the break, I got a text from Candace Brown. Her son, Michael, was killed on Midnight Road. And she wanted me to read this for you folks. We raised about $12,000 for her. We went way past our goal. And she sent me this text and wanted me to read it to you folks. I just want to tell you I'm forever grateful for you helping me with my son. I cried earlier because there are good people in the world. And for everyone showing up to make this happen for my baby is incredible. And I said, I'm so grateful I could help. Nothing can replace your beautiful boy. My son is the same age as her son, and I could not breathe without my son. I'm sitting there trying to pick out a birthday cake for him from Oakmont, and I'm got tears in my eyes because I'm thinking about this poor woman's son who's dead. And the best we can do is the best we can do, and that is we raised enough money to pay for her funeral and then some to cover some other things that she can't afford in life. So we fight on. Speaking of fights, I've become close friends overnight with the mayor of McKeesport. He's a wonderful man because he gives a damn. Took me through one of the high-rises there, and it shocked the crap out of me, quite frankly. And since that happened, 400,000 people watched the video. It reached the billionaire landlords who are in New York City. And then we found out there was no water that could put out a fire. And now I'm getting insane information from another high-rise in town that they own that's even worse or the same. I posted a picture. this morning that two things. The mayor cares so much he had his firefighters raise their truck to see if they could reach the top floor because there's no water. And it scared the crap out of him because they kind of got to the 8th floor and it's 11 floors. This is where we're at. And then I got sent 100 pictures last night of the other high-rise, these idiots' home. And there's a friggin' active wasp nest inside an apartment. It's insane. It's insane. One of my dearest friends, the best reporter I've ever known, Andy Sheehan with KDKA, right in the middle of this insanity. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Hey, Marty. How's it going?
Well, I wish I could say you haven't seen this before, but you have exposed some filth and disgust in other high-rises in our region, and you walked through here yesterday. Just knowing they didn't have water, it's kind of scary, isn't it, Andy?
Well, you brought this situation to light in the public eye, and I just went and took a look for myself, and I've seen bad ones, but I've never seen anything this bad. Some of the more usual things, there's rats and there's mice and there's roaches, but there's absolutely, they've had an astounding 900 police calls there last year, and there's, we saw no evidence of any security. They have signs, you're under video.
You walking right in the door, walking right in there. Yeah.
Right. There was we went around the back, and there's a fire door, and it was wide open. We walk in, and you can access any hallway. They're supposed to have cameras there. The mayor told me that the police have never been able to, they've had 900 calls and they've never gotten any video out of that place. So that apparently isn't working. But the most frightening thing is that there's no water. There's really no water. I mean, it's an old building that there's no sprinkler system. So they depend on this standpipe that, firefighters could hook up their rigs to this standpipe. It would shoot water up to the top floors of the building. Well, that's been disconnected for no one knows how long. So I'm there, and the guy from the sprinkler company came out, and I did an interview with him, and, he was just astounded. The place looks like it's falling down. I mean, if there was a fire, a kitchen fire could turn into a major, disaster with loss of life.
Andy, you have covered these decrepit apartments that are owned by LLCs or billionaire companies in the past. This isn't surprising to you, these out-of-state landlords, is it, sir, that own all this?
No, it goes on and on. I mean, we did stories in the city's East End. We've done stories at the Mon Valley Apartments in West Mifflin. And the pattern is the same. These guys, these out-of-state investors, slumlords, you could call them, They buy up these public housing projects. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh yeah, we're going to come in and we're going to fix them all up and do all this stuff," and they don't. And they're getting these federal subsidies. They get a lot of money from HUD, and that's their business model. They run them into the ground, and people live in these destitute places.
Hey, Sheehan, another thing you've exposed, and I find this to be really actually important, is that Zapala has people that are on standby to charge these folks with such things as risking a catastrophe if they don't fix this stuff. At least they're engaged in that way. At least that kind of intimidates or forces this company to do the right thing, yes?
Correct. They did this at the Mon Valley Apartments in West Mifflin. And, the DA gave me the DA's office gave me a statement confirming, quote, depending on whether there is progress in remediation of the conditions, our office will pursue appropriate charges as necessary. We take protecting our citizens seriously.
Nice.
The mayor thought that they had until Friday, tomorrow, to fix things. I think that applies to the water. I talked to the management company.
Yeah, so I was actually chuckling.
They said that they were going to fix everything in 60 days. This is another thing. The guys own it, in New York, and they have a management company. And you talk to the owners, and they say, "Oh, well, we told the management company to do that." And you talk to the management company, and they say, "Well, we haven't gotten any money yet to do whatever they say." So it's a little game they play, and hopefully they get called accountable on it.
Andy Sheehan with KDKA TV, who has been doing this sort of work his entire career. It makes me sad to think that this is how we treat people. And I know you're like me. You were hit with the odor the moment you walked through there, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Urine. Marty, they had we went up to the laundry room, which is a burnout husk. They have no laundry room.
Yeah.
So there was a fire there.
Yeah.
And it went to multiple floors.
Jesus.
And you can smell that.
So these people are just sitting there hoping that they're okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrifying.
Terrifying.
Little girls got people, a lot of guys, people in wheelchairs. How are they going to get down?
I don't know.
How are they going to get down, 9, 10, 11 floors? And
they own this other thing, this Highview Gardens down the street, which is where I posted a picture of friggin' Sheehan, an active wasp nest inside the building. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing, brother? Andy Sheehan, my brother, great work, my man, as always.
Good work by you, Marty.
It never ends. Thank you, man. It never friggin' ends. And I always say this, is this as good as it gets? Without the mayor, who's up next, without the mayor, this is as good as it gets. And these people live in peril and in danger without this mayor, who said, "The hell with this." He's up next live. Welcome to PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? As we continue to have crews working to clear some accidents from the region, one in McKeesport on the 5th Avenue ramp at the McKeesport-Duquesne Bridge, heads up there. Also, if you're traveling through Brentwood Borough, major intersection there, the scene of an earlier accident, Brownsville Road at Clairton Boulevard, Route 51, so you could find sluggish traffic there, too. Parkway West on the inbound, you crest the top of Green Tree Hill, and then you're in more stop than go all the way down the front side into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East, inbound and outbound, has a minor delay as you approach the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KFC weekend weather update. Saturday will bring plenty of sunshine with areas of high clouds. The high temperature will reach 83 degrees. Introducing the KFC $10 bucket of the day deal. Now every weekday you get a different bucket of crispy, crunchy chicken for just $10 each. 24 nuggets, $10, 8 piece, $10, 10 wings, $10, 8 tenders, $10, only at KFC. Prices and participation may vary while supplies last.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, it's Pony back to talk about my guys from Comer and Cross. If your garage floor is cracked and stained, you already know that it's making your entire garage look bad, and a bad epoxy job makes it look worse. With one easy call to Comer and Cross, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. You can get a quick estimate for a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor that you will love, just like I love mine. A Comer and Cross garage floor, gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In just one day, Comer and Cross will fix all your cracks and pits perfectly. They'll apply the gleaming new Comer and Cross concrete floor you choose. They'll even move your stuff out of the garage for you. Several realtors now say a Comer and Cross garage floor can increase your home's value by up to 10%. With over 2,000 five-star reviews and 50% off installation right now, what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR right now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or schedule us at COMERcross.com.
CertaPro.com. Every time I've had CertaPro painters do work on my home, I really appreciate their professionalism. They make it worry-free, and it starts with a free estimate, all at the right price. And I love that each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Hi, this is Larry Richard. It's the perfect time to reach out, get CertaPro painters to visit your home. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. You'll be so glad you did. Trust CertaPro Painters.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
O'Reilly Auto Parts gets you back to savings. Pick up select Royal Purple fuel system additives. Buy one, get one free. Plus receive 4 times O Rewards points.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I was made aware of this atrocity, but the mayor, of McKeesport has become a friend. And he lost a lot of sleep over this because he gives a damn about the people living there. And honestly, the day I was there touring Midtown Plaza, he wanted to take me to another building these same clowns own called Highview Gardens, saying it's just as bad. Now I'm getting a ton of pictures from there, and the mayor's right. And he joins me live. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Marty. I'm doing well, thanks, as well as I could be.
Oh, man. So, Mayor, I'm kind of astounded that we would accept in an apartment, federally funded building where they're making all this money, a friggin', you saw that picture, the live wasp nest or hornet's nest inside the friggin' hallway. And this is just one of 1,000 things in their second building. It's disgusting, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, I saw that picture. You got windows. They're opening windows, I guess, to control the smell. Well, guess what? You need screens in those windows.
Do you hear what the mayor just said? They open the windows to control the smell. That's
what I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
There's a friggin' wasp nest in their home. And
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, sir. So you're fighting this fight on at least 2 fronts. You sent me a text regarding this water issue. It looks like, according to what you're saying, they have addressed that to a degree, sir. Can you comment?
So what we've learned is they've had several companies go in there to address it, and they're getting proposals or bids or prices for this. I don't care who they pick. They just need to pick somebody that's capable, and our fire department feels comfortable when they do the pressure testing of this line that there's water coming out of that 11th floor and all the way down. But that's their responsibility, and we are going to hold them accountable. This meeting tomorrow, we're having at noon. We'll come to the table, and we want to see actions. There's a lot of remodeling that needs to be done in that building. We don't want to see Band-Aids anymore. You're getting good money from these tenants, and there's some that are subsidized, or a lot of them are subsidized. You're taking that money. They need to reinvest that back in the building to make it a structurally sound building.
They have 2 of them.
Yes, and the second one I mentioned, to you a few days ago, Highview Gardens. I've talked to residents in that building that are just, we reach out to them. We said, hey, call the health department. They're concerned, and they own both of them, and they didn't get these 2 buildings did not cost that much money when they rebought them. They actually owned this building 4 or 5 years ago, and they sold them off, and they repurchased them, I want to say, last year. So we had a fire in October. Our fire department, who is tremendous fire department, our EMT and our police officers, they're tremendous folks, heroes in my opinion, all of them. But they go in there and they fight the fire, and there's a trash chute that goes down there. Well, there is a sprinkler system in that trash chute too. We want that to be working as well. They need to invest in that to make sure that sprinkler system is is in working order as well.
But Mayor, right now those buildings in your eyes are not safe, sir, right?
No. The fire department's worried about it. We're all worried about it. They have a thing called a fire watch right now, which they have certified folks that are going there, and every 12 hours they're submitting those to our fire chief, Chief Kovach. They're sending those reports, and he says they're doing a pretty good job on their fire watch. I think there's a couple guys there that are certified, and they're roaming the hallways, and this is what you do in these situations.
Mayor, it appears like these investment companies, billionaires, are doing this all over the country. They buy these buildings in impoverished areas and suck them dry with little concern for the residents. And you're seeing that day to day there, are you not, sir?
Absolutely. And it goes into apartments or in houses, too. I see these conglomerates, they come in and they buy 50, 100, 150 houses, or they buy 10, 20, 30 houses. And they, you hear them say, oh, we're going to invest $25,000 or $15,000 in each house. And you don't see that. And then a couple of years later, they're repackaging them and they're selling them off again. And it doesn't make sense.
It's inhumane. So let's be honest. Tomorrow's D-Day. If they don't step up, I'm told they're going to be criminally charged. And one of the things they'll be charged with is risking a catastrophe. Is that fair for me to say, sir, that if they don't step up tomorrow, the hammer could fall, sir?
I believe so. I believe that is correct. My chief is not, my police chief, Mr. Alford, is not happy about this. He's the one that reached out to the DA's office, to Steven Zappala's office, and have an agent in charge, and they mean business. There is no joking around with these guys. You see it in other cities, right in West Mifflin, our neighboring city. They mean business. So this guy, he better come prepared.
And Mayor, folks are now coming to me saying, you're only beginning to hear some of the dangers. You're getting the same kind of info, aren't you, from folks living in these units?
Yes.
Yeah. It's sad. You're mad about this, aren't you, sir? I can tell.
Absolutely. Beyond mad. I'm so frustrated and angry. I just need to take a deep breath tomorrow at that meeting and listen. And there's going to be other people running the meeting, of course. But if I get my 2 cents in, I'm going to definitely give them an earful.
Cuff Mayor. I love you, man. Tommy Maglico, the mayor of McKeesport, who is a hell of a man who gives a damn. Thank you, sir. Truth to power, buddy. I'm all in.
You. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Whatever he needs. I've got these horrendous pictures that these people live in this filth and disgust. Exposed wires, no water to put out fires, no garbage chutes, no sprinkler system, no laundry rooms, no carpeting, no security cameras, no locks on the doors, rats, mice, syringes on the floor, drug addicts shooting up in the hallways, defecating on the floor, saw that. Drug deals going on in the building, fights, stabbings. One building, 1 year, 900 calls. 900. One building. Think about that. Try and wrap your arms around that ridiculousness.
Celebrate the month of July with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $129 and get your air ducts cleaned for $5.99 per unit. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com and take advantage of the savings today.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
My boy JK in Oakmont does it again. This new joint, Twin Burrow Bar and Grill, just over the viaduct, Verona. Insane smash burgers, milkshakes, hot dogs, lobster roll, brisket, chicken sandwiches. I ate there with my family, blew me away. Adult slushies. You've never seen anything like it. The place is brand new, Twin Burrow Bar and Grill in Verona. It's amazing. Check it out.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. That's a common misconception. Battles are won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. Promises to oneself.
This is a physical training event!
Promises to one's community.
Healthy people move debris out of their house.
Promises to one's country. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise forever kept. A promise of battles won.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 73, mostly sunny at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The Fish and Boat Commission has just released thousands of blue catfish into the Ohio River. Why? Communications Director Mike Parker told Larry on the Big K Morning Show the commission wants to rebuild native blue catfish populations that vanished back in the early 1900s.
It's good to have them in the Ohio River because they are a native species. So they've always been part of the ecosystem, you know. Okay, so we're restoring what was natural to the rivers.
Blue catfish are North America's largest freshwater catfish species, and they can grow past 100 pounds. Researchers at Pitt and CMU are collaborating on a hybrid quantum computer. Rob Rutenbar, the Senior Vice Chancellor for Research at the University of Pittsburgh, calls quantum computers the next revolutionary leap the industry's been looking for.
They can compute things much, much faster, much, much bigger, and not just like 2 or 3 times bigger, a million times faster, a million times bigger.
Rutenbar said Pitt and CMU have $5 million from the National Science Foundation to build the quantum computer. Construction starts in September. It could be in operation early next year. A new interim president has been named for Penn West University. James Fisher will replace John Anderson, who is stepping down to become president at Utah Valley University. Fisher has served in multiple academic leadership roles at both Penn West and Edinburgh, and the Penn West Board will start the search for a permanent president soon. Cafe Raymond is expanding beyond the Strip District with a second location in Brentwood. The new location will be where Cracked Egg used to be on Brownsville Road. Cafe Raymond announcing the opening date on that soon. On Wall Street, green numbers across the board. The Dow is ahead by 123 points at 51,718. The S&P is up 58 points. The NASDAQ is up 481. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is Carlos, owner of Greater Pitt Tree Service. If you have any concerns about any trees on your property, call Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. We have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. To serve your needs best, we have an ISA-certified arborist on staff. We have 32 years experience, 412-884-TREE. We will be your best choice for tree work. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. And remember, we did your neighbor's tree.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health. But then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Colonel is the king of chicken. That's why he's always had a beef with beef. But on Wednesdays, he's squashing the beef by frying it. KFC Country Fried Steak is here for only $4.99. Crispy golden outside, tender steak inside. Served with peppery gravy, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. At last, the Colonel and beef buried the hatchet in gravy. Get the $4.99 Country Fried Steak Wednesdays for a limited time only at KFC.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax, tip, and fees extra.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is the Parkway West is just this continued mess of heavy and delayed traffic. You're still quite congested there in the inbound ride anyway toward town. Right around the Parkway Center Mall overpass is where you're finding the slowdowns before you make it through the Fort Pitt tunnels and into the Golden Triangle. And outbound drivers are also getting some heavy traffic. I'm noticing the approaches from both the Fort Duquesne Bridge and the Parkway East 376 in the bathtub section of the city. Those approaches to the outbound lower deck are very heavy as well, so do keep that in mind. Also, a heads up for you, if you're coming inbound until 2 p.m. today, the left shoulder is closed between the Banksville on-ramp and the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels as crews from the Western Pennsylvania Conservancy are doing work in that grassy median area with all of the plantings there. Parkway East inbound and outbound, just a little bit slow go for you near the Squirrel Hill tunnels with AAA traffic. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Plenty of sunshine and pleasant for the rest of today with a high of 82, then moonlit skies and comfortable tonight, low 58. Sunny to partly cloudy and warm tomorrow, high 85 for Saturday, remaining warm with more clouds and sun, high 83. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Let's say your husband has a stroke and goes into a full-term care facility. Are you prepared to pay for that? How? Did you protect your 401k? How about your home? How about your savings? No? You better. This is the thing you learn when you sit down with Julian Gray at grayelderlaw.com. You've got to prepare for retirement, for nursing care, for long-term care, estate planning, the best there is. grayelderlaw.com, grayelderlaw.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, here we go. It's a Thursday. We got lots going on. Colin Dunlap 2 to 6 right here, KDKA.
There's been a lot of angst, consternation, let's say, within the ranks of folks who work for the city or for folks who work for a public entity about the chief of staff of the Pittsburgh Public Schools and why he was still on the job. A bunch of cops said there were memes made, people raising hell about this, why this man faced these accusations, and if it was a cop, they would immediately be sent home. They would not be on the job. And the resignation just came in a few minutes ago of the chief of staff of the Pittsburgh Public Schools, Lamar Blackwell. There were videos circulating with him out and about flashing money. That might have had something to do with it. There's a lot of rhetoric about why he has that job, his salary, which is substantial. All of these things came to a head about a half hour ago. He quit. We had reached out. We tried to make contact with him. He has resigned immediately. Okay? He had been accused of assault involving a relationship. And they had said originally that it was a personnel matter that remains before the court and that he was doing what he was being told by the courts and that he would stay on the job. Dr. Walters, Wayne Walters, who I love, admire, and respect, the superintendent. We respect Mr. Blackwell's decision to resign and his desire to act in the best interests of the district. Our focus remains on continuing the important work of serving our students and school communities. Okay? Blackwell, I don't know him. Never met him. So many jobs in this town, in so many entities, whether it's the county or the city, that it's hard for us to know all of them. But obviously, as a chief of staff with a $200,000 job, it's an important position. He's accused of assault, accused of choking his girlfriend. It has not been adjudicated. He writes Serving this district has been one of the greatest professional honors of my career. I remain deeply proud of the work we have accomplished together to strengthen organizational effectiveness, advance strategic priorities, and better serve our students, families, and staff. Unfortunately, the continued public attention surrounding the pending legal matter involving me has created a level of distraction that has significantly impacted my ability to effectively carry out the responsibilities of my position. While I remain confident that this matter would ultimately be resolved, the ongoing media coverage and resulting public scrutiny have increasingly shifted attention away from the important work of the district. I recognize the strain the situation has placed on the administration and the board. I believe stepping aside is the most responsible course of action in the best interest of the district. He's gone. There you go. I don't know the circumstance of the allegations. I don't know at all. There was a meme that circulated that caused a lot of consternation, and it said, if a police officer was charged with strangulation of a woman and not suspended, there would be protests in the streets. No, I've been at this a while. I just have. But there would be discussion, believe me. There would not be in-the-street protests. We're not that kind of town, really. I wish we were, to some degree, but we're not. The meme goes on to say, but when it's a Pittsburgh public official, and then it shows a picture of Lamar D. Blackwell charged with strangulation of a woman. He was on the job with no suspension. And then inside the meme, in air quotes, saying, we stand for students except when it's our executives. And then it rounds out by saying the meme, different standards, same problem, hold everyone accountable. There was a lot of discussion about what happened with Mr. Blackwell and what happened with police and his arrest and why he was still on the job, and now he isn't. He's gone. I don't know him. I requested an interview with the superintendent. We are going to talk to him monthly about different issues, and no holds barred. But this had to happen. This district has enough problems. And then videos started circulating of this young man who I don't know in some kind of... Patrick, what would you say that meme shows? Where is he? He's in some kind of store or something. He's flashing all this cash. I got it sent to me 6 times.
He's in a jewelry store.
Jewelry store.
Yeah, he's in a jewelry store.
And again, I'm not disparaging him, but it presents him as kind of like a flashy guy because in front of him he has suitcases, boxes full of money, and he's showing off the money. Yes, in essence, Patrick?
A box with stacks and stacks of cash.
Yeah, and kind of sort of bragging about it. Here we go.
Lamar Blackwell, also known as Mr. Pittsburgh CEO or Mr. CEO Pittsburgh, coming to drop off the load with my man Ron today. When you come see my man Ron, this is how you come. You feel me? This is how you come. Strapped up.
He's showing cash.
Ready to drop it off. Hey, any of y'all right now going through anything in your life, man, you stay down till you come up. Don't worry about nobody else's timing. Don't worry about what nobody else got. You run it up in private so that you can shine in public. Come see my man Ron if you want to get right. I'm ready to shine.
He does a peace thing and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not disparaging the guy. I don't know the district's policy on. He's doing a endorsement, Patrick, for flashy jewelry showing boxes of looks like hundreds of thousands of dollars. It doesn't have a good look if you're the chief of staff for the. I don't know how old the video is. I don't know when he made it, but when it started. I got it a couple times last night. When did you get it, Patrick? This morning?
Same, about the same time. Started coming into my inbox last night around like 6 or 7 o'clock.
And so I think, and I'm just assuming or presuming, once this kind of thing goes viral and then it hits the fan, then the superintendent probably called him and said, sir, time to move on. I would guess. Wouldn't you, Patrick?
Well, yeah, when it becomes a bigger distraction and they've got obviously big issues to deal with at PPS.
Yep. He's innocent until proven guilty. The strangulation charges, the video is kind of grimy, a little tacky. I don't know the district's policy on executives doing commercials, flashing cash in diamond jewelry. I have no idea. But it's a bad look, and he's gone. And he resigned, and so be it. We'll be back. Stupid video, by the way. Stupid. Makes him look tacky, quite frankly. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have very slow-go traffic on the Parkway West. It's our hot spot. It has continued to be all morning long, and you're sluggish most of the way down the front side of Green Tree Hill, fitting into the Fort Pitt tunnels. If you're coming from the Golden Triangle side of things, trying to get up onto the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge, you have heavy traffic coming from the Fort Duquesne Bridge and the approach from the Parkway East past the Grant Street off-ramp. Big heads up for you if you are traveling on Freeport Road beginning tonight. The restoration project begins, and this will be all weeknights through Thursday, August 6th at 7 p.m. until 6 the following morning. You'll find traffic on Freeport Road down to a single alternating lane. That's between the Highland Park Bridge and Delafield Avenue. There will be flag crews helping you through that work zone during your overnights with AAA traffic. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
This year, America celebrates 250 years. 2.5 centuries of courage, sacrifice, and family stories passed down from one generation to the next. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger, founders of Legacy Box. Your family's piece of the American story is sitting in an attic or closet right now, trapped on aging VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, film reels, and fading photos.
Those boxes hold moments you can never recreate. Your wedding day, your children's voices when they were little, grandparents coming back to life on screen.
Over 2 million families have trusted Legacy Box. And we've just partnered with the USO to digitize fragile handwritten letters from World War II, helping preserve American history for future generations.
As America turns 250, remember that your family is a part of the American story. Preserving those voices, faces, and moments is a part of your responsibility to the next generation. Don't let them disappear on your watch.
Visit legacybox.com/radio for our amazing America 250 sale. That's legacybox.com/radio to save.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times, but when you need us, we are here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So, at Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, they help people move with less pain and more confidence. I've seen it. In fact, Physical has helped Pittsburgh get back on its feet with confidence through personalized one-to-one physical therapy and advanced balance treatment. It's amazing. The therapists use leading technology and customized care plans, focus on balance, neuropathy, and pain relief. You get back to doing the things you love safely and confidently. Call Monroeville Physical, 412-457-8200, 412-457-8200.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Your line just went down. Production stopped. A supervisor wants answers. And someone's digging through a binder for the maintenance history. Every one of those minutes costs money, and most of the time, that breakdown could have been prevented. That's where Maintain X comes in. Maintain X catches the failure before it happens. Preventive maintenance plans on every key asset to improve reliability. Work orders assigned and tracked right from your phone. Everyone from the floor to the front office is in the loop. Real-time dashboards give managers instant visibility into what's been completed, what's overdue, and where the bottlenecks are. No more guesswork. Just a smarter, faster maintenance operation. Companies on Maintain X have cut unplanned downtime by over 30% and save thousands on parts and labor every year. See what it can do for your operation. Try Maintain X free at maintainx.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Hellbender, a physical AI startup, has moved its headquarters to the Roundhouse at Hazelwood Green and is leasing additional space in nearby Mill 19, which will serve as a manufacturing operation for the company. According to an announcement, Hellbender, which expects to create more than 500 jobs in the next 5 years, has leased a total of nearly 90,000 square feet at the two buildings on a 10-year term, doubling the size of the company's established local footprint and pivoting from a previous plan to establish an office at Bakery Square. Also, Pittsburgh's fourth largest law firm is opening 3 new offices on August 3rd. Dickey McCamey and Chilcote said July 30th that it's adding sites in Albany, New York, Lexington, Kentucky, and Reading, Pennsylvania. That takes the firm's footprint to 24 locations, stretching from Detroit to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It also marks the 4th new site so far this year. Dickey McCamey announced a Cincinnati office in January, or 5th within 12 months, given its entry to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in late 2025. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com.
We have this a faucet in our bathroom that you cannot turn on. It takes like a wrench and a weightlifting exercise to turn it on. I called 2D Mechanical. It's a true story. They're at the house within an hour. They fix the problem within an hour. They're kind, courteous, professional. The pricing is amazing. They wear those little boots so they don't get any dirt in your house. And they know what the hell they're doing. They get to the problem and resolve it fast. 412-771-4100. 412-771-4100. 2D Mechanical.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Good morning, Chief of Staff. Is Patrick? Yeah, Patrick's so good at this stuff, I had to ask him because we were... excuse me. We were playing this grimy video, which makes this is the chief of staff of the Pittsburgh Public Schools, and he cut that grimy video. It kind of makes him look like a sleaze, and it probably had something to do with him having to resign today because it's grimy.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Lamar Blackwell, also known as Mr. Pittsburgh CEO or Mr. CEO Pittsburgh, coming to drop off the load.
The load is money.
When you come see my man Ron, this is how you come. You feel me? This is how you come. Strapped up.
Box of the cash, strapped up. Kind of street lingo.
Hey, any of y'all right now going through anything in your life, man, you stay down till you come up. Don't worry about nobody else's timing. Don't worry about what nobody else got. You run it up in private so that you can shine.
So Patrick kind of did some research. It is kind of a sleazy thing for him to do if he's the chief of staff at the district. Patrick did some research. You found out when it looks like he produced this, Patrick?
Yeah, it looks like it was posted to the Golden Diamond store at the Monroeville Mall. Looks like they posted this 50 weeks ago, so last August.
Oh, wow. And it's actually kind of what happens in this game, isn't it, Patrick? So a guy does something. It was I'm not saying he should have done it. He probably shouldn't. I don't know the policy of if they have a policy at the Pittsburgh Public School District that allows their CEO to post those grimy videos with him holding, look like several $100,000
in boxes, didn't it, Patrick?
Yeah, if it's real money, absolutely.
That was another thing I was.
You never know.
I couldn't tell. And then they have the stupid high-profile jewelry that all the rappers wear and some of the gangbangers. It makes him look kind of grimy, doesn't it?
A little bit. Yeah. I mean, it depends on your views of different communities. But, yeah, I mean, the store on their Instagram, it's all a bunch of, diamond-plated grills, the teeth jewelry, the mouth jewelry, and chains, and all that.
I'm not disparaging the store.
He shows one in the box with his name on it.
I'm not. I know a bunch of people that like this jewelry. My kids like it. I'm not disparaging that. Yep. I'm curious because I don't know the answer. Most school districts of this level, paying a guy $200,000 to be their chief of staff, would not let him do this. Would they, Patrick? I wouldn't think. They wouldn't want him to.
No, I wouldn't think so either.
And I would think the superintendent, who's very high profile, who has high ethical standards, probably didn't know about this, because just because the video's out there doesn't mean the video's out there. You know what I'm saying, Patrick, right? It becomes public when people give a damn finally, right?
Exactly. It's not like it's got a ton of eyeballs on it for what I see in the
Can
views.
Can you tell how many people even watch the damn thing?
I can if I pull up another tool. I don't see it right this second, but I'll do that when we get a little further out here.
Oh. All this rhetoric kind of piled up. It made the district look horrible. He is charged with a pretty serious crime. He says he's innocent. It has not been adjudicated. There were memes everywhere. I got 100 texts about it. From city folks, from teachers, from prosecutors, from cops. And folks wanted him gone, and he's gone. But I would hope that the next time they make a high-profile hire like this, some of my friends are texting me, who the hell made this hire? I don't know. I don't. For a high-level position like this, representing the educational system, $200,000 a year, to say nothing of the racial optic. You're right. That's from one of my closest friends. At the end of the day, when you make a hire like this, they have to be squeaky clean. And this video suggests he was doing other things that if I'm the superintendent, I wouldn't want him doing. But I don't know their rules. And if they have rules that allow their chief of staff to do jewelry commercials flashing hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash and diamond encrusted teeth, I would change that rule. Because it's a horrible look for the city and the district, in a district that's in trouble as it is, losing insane numbers of students. Horrible rep at this point, and the superintendent fighting to make it smaller and make it work. Oh, wow. The whole post had 3 likes and 7 comments. So this video that no one cared about, that no one knew about, and very few views, probably got this guy fired or got him to resign. We'll be back.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
Warmer weather rolling in, right? Comes through Pittsburgh, all those storms, heavy rain, strong winds, and sudden damage. What starts as a small leak can turn into a major problem. ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh responds immediately, 24/7, 365. They'll handle that storm damage and that water restoration. Every minute matters. Call 412-RECOVER. Demand the yellow van. The best call to make in the worst situation.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
Life-changing is happening every day at UPMC.
UPMC is building the future of healthcare right here. Working at the Cayman Tower, the scale of the project is incredible. It's a very large facility, 1.2 million square feet. It's essentially going to be a landmark for the city. You're going to be able to point out where you're at in Oakland by pointing to this building. I am very proud to work at UPMC.
That's life-changing medicine at UPMC.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid Nice.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends August 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Need to order food for your workplace?
Yep.
That's a rhetorical question. Who are you?
Oh, I'm May, an admin who loves EasyCater.
Well, may I continue? I'm the voice of EasyCater. And don't you have work?
Actually, EasyCater saves me so much time ordering food for the office, I thought I'd take a minute to spread the word.
Well, this is a 30-second spot, and we're halfway through, so...
Right. EasyCater gives you a huge variety of restaurants to feed your workplace. Any group size, any budget, anytime, anywhere. How's that?
You trying to take my gig?
Start an order at easycater.com.
What's going on?
My retired friends are going back to work. I'm worried. Social Security won't be enough. BenefitsCheckup.org connected me to $1,000 a month for food and medicine. It's free. Visit BenefitsCheckup.org today.
Supported by the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
76 and mostly sunny at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. New this hour. Pittsburgh Public Schools Chief of Staff Lamar Blackwell has resigned. A statement from the district says Blackwell submitted his resignation today due to ongoing media coverage and public scrutiny of assault and strangulation charges against him. In his letter of resignation, Blackwell says stepping aside is in the best interests of the district. Back in April, he was accused of grabbing his girlfriend by the wrist and choking her, and when officers spoke to the woman, they said she had redness on the left side of her neck. Blackwell's prelim hearing is scheduled for September 10th. Arrests have been made in connection with 2 recent shootings that killed 3 people. With more on that, here's News Radio KDKA's Rob Taylor.
Authorities on Wednesday arrested 39-year-old Arthur Davis in the shooting death of a man in the early morning hours of Saturday, July 25th on Derby Alley, just off Broadway Avenue in Stowe Township. Davis was found at a home on Pittsburgh's north side. Also on Wednesday, 19-year-old Deshaun Hines of Clareton was arrested at a business on the north side. Hines is accused of shooting 2 people in Clareton on the evening of July 25th in the 800 block of Miller Avenue. Both men died. One of the victims was identified as 32-year-old Robert Jones. The other man's identity was not released. Hines and Davis are in the Allegheny County Jail awaiting arraignment. Rob Taylor, News Radio, KDKA.
An 83-year-old woman from Napa, California died after a single-vehicle accident last night in Westmoreland County. The coroner says it happened a few minutes after 8 p.m. on I-70 in South Huntington Township. Margaret Usak's SUV left the interstate. It hit the guardrail and overturned. She was taken to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. The economy expanded at a sluggish 1.5% pace from April through June. That's down from 2.1% in the first quarter GDP as rising imports weighed on growth. But consumer spending was up. Also, the Fed's favored measure of inflation slowed at 3.7% last month compared with June in 2025. It's also down from 4.1% in May. The market's all up right now. On Wall Street, the Dow is ahead 323 points at 51,918. The S&P is ahead 81 points, and the NASDAQ is up 543 points, more than 2% overall. Where you live in Pennsylvania could play a role in how long you live. A new county-by-county analysis has some surprising differences, as News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush explains.
The average Pennsylvania lives about 77.5 years, but where you live can make a difference. In Allegheny County, the average life expectancy is 77 years, just below the statewide average. The new analysis from the Center for Royal Pennsylvania found Center County has the state's longest life expectancy at 82 years, while Forest County ranks last at 71. Researchers say the numbers highlight how access to health care, jobs, housing, and other community resources can shape long-term health. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
KDKA Sports. The Steelers practice at training camp again today. They started at 11:20, and the Pirates are starting a 4-game series with the Reds in Cincinnati tonight. The first pitch at 7:10. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News time is 12:03. 76, mostly sunny in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Sometimes you discover a product that changes your life. Harmony Organic Insect Control. My fear of fleas and ticks is over. Harmony also kills spiders, bed bugs, ants, roaches, stink bugs, lanternflies, and more. Nothing is safer, nothing works better than Harmony. End the painful scratching that torments your pet. Spray Harmony on your pet's clothing, sofa, curtains, and pillows. Harmony Organic Insect Control also works outside in your garden. Get Harmony. Visit participating True Value hardware stores or online at harmonyoic.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Plenty of sunshine and pleasant for the rest of today with a high of 82, then moonlit skies and comfortable tonight, low 58. Sunny to partly cloudy and warm tomorrow, high 85 for Saturday, remaining warm with more clouds and sun, high 83. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's actually fascinating what's happening to the economy, and I was talking to Raz about in the break. Historic number of Americans becoming millionaires. Historic. The richest time in American history for Americans. More millionaires created now than more billionaires than any time in history. It's insane. Yet, conversely, more folks on the precipice of failure than any time in history. It's the haves and the have-nots, bro. It's stark. All right. I have received quite a few videos recently of dog attacks. It scares the hell out of me for folks who own dogs. And one of my boys, the best dog trainer I know, Paul Anthony's the guru. He has talked us through some of this stuff. Hey, Paul, is it just cell phones or folks have more aggressive dogs? What the hell do you think it is, brother? Because I'm seeing all kinds of stuff happening with these dogs attacking people. What do you think it is?
I believe it's not only the cell phones, but in reality, it's more aggressive dogs and people not taking, taking them to training or training them by themselves. That's the problem. A dog needs trained. Rosie, got trained. Yep. Dogs need trained.
And I'm going to grab Heather here because she sent us a video and she's outraged about what happened, and she should be. To your point, though, brother, people are more. There's a segment of our culture that's more excited and attracted by these aggressive dogs. So they just grab them and don't train them. Yes, sir?
Yeah, 100%, Marty. To a lot of people, it's a status symbol. And to some people on the other side, it's save everything. And some of these dogs can't be saved, unfortunately.
Paul rescued a young man, quite frankly, who was attacked in the street by a pit bull jumped into his arms, killed his puppy, right, Paul? And interviewed and hurt him, right?
Yeah, and it was a Doberman pinscher that killed Liam's puppy. Yes, and bit him also.
Jumped the fence and attacked him.
100%.
Right in the street, sir. Right in front of right. Crushed the kid, right?
Yes, and that dog has had problems before, just like that neighbor did, and the neighbor did nothing to secure that dog to protect the public.
Nothing. That brings me to Heather.
Hi.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, how are you?
I know why you're scared. I know why you're angry. Tell our audience, because you're spot on, sister. Tell us what happened.
So, my new neighbor, who is a 13-year-old girl, she was walking her puppy as she should be able to, and ventured off down to the park, and this big dog came out of nowhere. I wasn't there. I'm glad I didn't see it. Grabbed the puppy by the neck and was, swinging it around as one does when it's attacking. And, the little girl was screaming for help. Luckily, there was some men out there who heard her call. And one gentleman ran and grabbed the dog, and he was able to get the puppy released. And thankfully, the puppy is okay. The puppy ran away and found her way back home. And, but yeah, the puppy has puncture wounds to her neck. She had to go to the emergency vet. She has stitches in her neck. She has stitches in her legs with drains. This is a 10-week-old puppy.
Right in the neighborhood.
Yep, right in the neighborhood. And this is a repeat offender, so I'm not sure what the hell's going on.
What do you mean a repeat offender?
The dogs. This dog has been known to attack and kill. I think he's killed another dog, and he's tried attacking several mail carriers.
Oh, no.
He went after a little, after I posted this, I had a lot of people chiming in, and one woman said that this same dog ran after her daughter, who was coming home in June from the school bus, and her daughter luckily, ran up onto a car, onto the roof of a car, and was able to get away from the dog. But
this is right in Sheridan.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And
on Mutual Street.
Is this dog still around?
I believe he is, because Animal Control said they couldn't take him.
Why is that?
That's what I would like to know, especially since this is a repeat offender.
Hey,
I don't
Paul,
know. They said something about needing a warrant.
Paul, kind of walk us through this. How does this usually work? What should citizens do when repeat offenders like this keep attacking?
Marty, yeah, and I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No.
But I tell my clients in our classes, and unfortunately,
hold on, Heather.
You want to be able to walk safely through your neighborhood, and I tell people, unfortunately, you're going to have to carry pepper spray, or a cattle prod, something like that. I mean, this is a dangerous dog, and I don't know the protocol for getting a warrant or anything like that. That's a dangerous dog, and it needs to be off the street. That's the bottom line. But definitely pepper spray, and you have to protect yourself, in that situation, because you can get bit, your dog can get killed or mauled, and that's the whole situation there. I am not afraid to tell my clients to protect themselves and their dogs at any means necessary.
It's kind of sad, though, Heather, that Paul's the best dog trainer in the world. You're supposed to carry pepper spray in your neighborhood, but it's sad, isn't it? But true.
Yes, it sure is. Yes, it sure is. I've been carrying something. It hasn't been pepper spray, but.
Did you call?
Good for you, girl.
Did you call the police?
Oh yeah, the police came. The animal control came. They were all here. Yep. Police and animal control said that, like we had gone, I went and took them to the emergency vet.
Oh.
So other people told us, the police and the animal control said that they knocked on the door, no one would answer, and they could do nothing.
Oh. This is
yeah,
kind of...
I mean, neighborhood of panicked people all helping. We've all seen it, but nobody could do anything.
Hey, Paul, one of my boys who's a local police chief sent me a text. He said, it's easier to take a kid from a family than a dog from the owner. Is that accurate, Paul?
He is spot on, Marty. Jesus, spot on, and that's the problem. This dog has a history of attacking things, and it needs to be off the street. If it were me, I would have went and got a warrant right away, and I'm not talking for police officers or animal control or anything like that, because I know they are very busy. But this animal needs to be off the street, because if it has reported, allegations on it already and attacks, then they should be able to go there, get a warrant from a judge, and take that dog with as many problems that this dog does have.
Hey, to his point, Heather, Paul had a client, and we showed this video, it was horrendous. The dog attacked his girlfriend or whoever she was 3 times and hurt her. He still wouldn't get rid of the dog. Right, Paul?
Absolutely correct, Marty.
Wow.
Do you know if the dog is still in the neighborhood, Heather?
That I do not know. Right. I'm not sure.
And you're carrying... Go ahead, Paul.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, the problem is that now, the dog's not here. I'm going to have my friend watch the dog now. That dog is still a dangerous dog with his friend, and wherever it moves, and I'm not saying it is there, but people do that. Well, I gave it away. He gave it to his cousin, his brother, someone else. So that dog becomes dangerous in that neighborhood also.
Hey, Heather, have you seen the dog in the last few days?
No, I have not.
If you do, immediately send me an email or text me, and I will call the police and get involved, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
I can't imagine, Paul, that the cops didn't want to act on this. It doesn't add up to me. Does it add up to you?
No, it doesn't. And I wish that people understood, we talk about teen takeovers. Yep. We talk about this. We talk about that. This is an epidemic. And how many times have I been on here talking about this in Pittsburgh? I mean, this has become an epidemic, and pretty soon that somebody's going to get seriously injured, and then we're going to be like, well, why did this happen? Why did this happen? It needs to stop, now.
Right. I mean, I'm so grateful that it wasn't, the little girl.
Hell yeah.
The man who was wrestling the dog, though, yelled at her and told her, run to that fence and climb up on that fence. Because he was how smart was he? Because he wasn't sure he would be able to contain this dog, and he didn't want her to get hurt. This guy's a hero.
I'm looking at him. He's rolling around on the ground with the dog. He could have been hurt.
Yes, I don't know if he was.
Wow. And then the video shows the puppy kind of walking away, right? Is that puppy that was hurt?
Yep.
And you're saying the puppy is still recovering?
Yes, the puppy is recovering.
Heather, stay in touch. If you see that dog, we got to get on it, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Paul Anthony, you're the best, brother. Thank you.
Thank you,
Paul.
sir.
Scary as hell. Scary as hell.
Bye,
Listen
gentlemen.
to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
I'm with Joe Potocnik from JP Roofing and Siding, a platinum preferred contractor from Owens Corning. Joe, what does that mean?
It's an elite status. We earn that by using Owens Corning products to qualify for the platinum preferred warranty. That's a 50-year warranty on the materials and 25-year on the labor, 100%.
That's the upper 1% in America after 45 years, Joe. Congratulations.
Thank you, Larry.
Call Call JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711.
New to Medicare, get covered with MediConnect. Listen Wednesdays around 1:40 to hear Lance O'Brien of MediConnect help you navigate the Medicare process. Simply great, unbiased information to get you the best healthcare coverage. Get covered with MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
Hey, it's Pony back to talk about my guys from Comer and Cross. If your garage floor is cracked and stained, you already know that it's making your entire garage look bad, and a bad epoxy job makes it look worse. With one easy call to Comer and Cross, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. You can get a quick estimate for a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor that you will love, just like I love mine. A Comer and Cross garage floor, gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In just one day, Comer and Cross will fix all your cracks and pits perfectly. They'll apply the gleaming new Comer and Cross concrete floor you choose. They'll even move your stuff out of the garage for you. Several realtors now say a Comer and Cross garage floor can increase your home's value by up to 10%. With over 2,000 five-star reviews and 50% off installation right now, what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR right now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or schedule us at COMERcross.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
When I was young, that's how the dogs roamed around the neighborhood. Untethered. There was a German Shepherd down the street that roamed around the neighborhood, scared the hell out of us. There was a poodle that actually bit my mom. This isn't new. Huh. But the number of these insane dog attacks has increased dramatically because, as Paul Anthony said, the number of aggressive dogs has increased dramatically. I'll tell you what happens. Do you ever go to any of these shelters? They're full of pit bulls. Honestly. Seriously. Why? Because the idiots get one and they don't train it and then it bites someone. And so they just give it to the shelter. And the shelters are no kill. How about that? The numbers are insane. 4.5 million dog bites annually. Wow. 800,000 medical treatments. 334,000 emergency room visits. Man. About 48 deaths a year. About 50 people get killed by dogs. 1 in people bitten have to go to the hospital. Children 5 to 9 are the most frequently bitten demographic. Huh. However, adults over 19 account for the majority of fatal dog attacks. It's crazy. The dogs that do all the killing, they're big dogs. Makes sense, doesn't it? I'm not picking on Patrick or his dogs. He has little chihuahuas. Even if they did bite people, and they don't, their bite radius is small. They're not killing someone. So what happens is the big breeds, the Chow, the Pit Bull, the Rottweiler. Dogs are the third deadliest creature on earth. How about that? That's crazy, man. By breed, Pit Bull is 66.9% of the fatalities. How about that? It's amazing. In fact, Pit Bulls and Rottweilers are involved in 76% of total fatal dog bites. The other 35 different dog breeds, German Shepherds, Pit Bulls, more than 2.5 times more likely to create severe damage. 77%, I'm throwing all these stats at you to just kind of make a point here. 77% of fatal bites come from Pit Bulls and Rottweilers. It's amazing. In fact, certain cities like Denver forbid them, the Pit Bulls. In certain insurance companies will not write a homeowner's policy if you have a Pit Bull. I was telling my kids that about 7 years ago, we did a series of stories on a Pit Bull that in the home killed a baby, killed. And the plan was to put the dog down. And Pit Bull owners, they get very defensive. They raise money, and their plan was to put the Pit Bull on a farm where it wouldn't be harmed. And as the local police chief said to me, and he sent me this note, and it said, it's much easier to remove a child from a home for abuse than to remove a dog. And it's easier to take a kid from a family than a dog from the owner, from one of my boys who's a local police chief. I find that to be reprehensible and disgusting. Most of these attack dogs are in impoverished areas. I'm just keeping it real. Most of the boys in the hood, as the song goes, are attracted to aggressive dogs. And that's why you end up with aggressive dogs in shelters in the cities. Then there's the factor of Pit Bulls they used to fight. That's a whole other genre. Significant number of dog fights in Beaver County. Sometimes $25,000 to $50,000 spent. All of those dogs used in fights, according to Paul Anthony, who's an expert, are Pit Bulls. Colorado bans them. You have to have a rider on your insurance policy to even have them. In 2020, wow, top 5 states for fatal dog bite attacks: California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina. I have never seen a Pit Bull anywhere in Mount Lebanon. No disrespect to the folks outside of Mount Lebanon who embrace Pit Bulls. But I can't stand them. If I see one anywhere, I move 100 yards away. Call me a wuss. I ain't messing with it.
It's that time of year when people consider updating their windows. How long has it been? They don't open or shut properly? The screens are gone or ruined? It's worth a call to check in with Rick Fish, the owner of Specialty Window and Door, in business in Pittsburgh since 1980. Now Rick is offering $50 off per window and $200 off any entry door. If you want real experts, not just general contractors who do it on the side, visit specialtywindowanddoor.com.
Life in the blink of an eye. My son, Vince, is turning 16. Wow. And I'm calling Oakmont Bakery, and I'm looking on their page because they have 3,000 ideas for handmade cakes, bespoke, anything you want. Flavors, shapes, sizes, you name it, they do it. Made my daughter insanely cool ballet slippers for her 16th. Oakmont Bakery. Delicious.
Summer is better together, and nobody does community like Legends Senior Living. As one of Pennsylvania's largest senior living providers, they invite you to fun summer events across Pittsburgh area communities and experience the vibrant lifestyle that awaits. Meet new friends, learn something new, and explore topics that matter to seniors and their families. Enjoy chef-prepared cuisine, meaningful conversation, and the warm hospitality that makes Legends so special. Visit legends.seniorliving.com/PGH to browse summer events, RSVP, and start filling your social calendar.
Are you seeing crazy utility bills? Hello. The heat. Crazy. Let me tell you this. If your air conditioning is constantly running, you know what, folks? I'm saying a big issue could be your windows. You got to check out Universal Windows Direct right now. Because if you buy 4 windows, you get 4 free, which is insanely cool. And you receive 48 months, 0 interest financing. Makes it really easy to make this investment. I love them. They're built specifically for your home. They have an insanely perfect tight seal, less air leakage, better efficiency. Folks, Universal Windows Direct. It's so hot. Your bills are so high. Here's your solution. 412-545-6003, Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. 6003. Give him a call.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 76 degrees at 12:30. I'm David Colorado. Saying the public attention and media coverage surrounding an alleged domestic dispute this year was creating a distraction, Pittsburgh Public Schools Chief of Staff Lamar Blackwell has resigned. He submitted his resignation this morning, saying doing so is in the best interest of the district. Superintendent Wayne Walder said in the written statement the district respects his decision, adding his focus remains on, his words, continuing the important work of serving our students and school communities. Pennsylvania's Fish and Boat Commission is restocking local rivers with blue catfish as part of a 15-year reintroduction program. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has the story.
Blue catfish disappeared from the upper river basin in the early 1900s due to heavy industrial pollution and dam construction. But they're making a comeback. The commission's Mike Parker says blue catfish are native to the Three Rivers.
There is actually regulation that says if you catch one, it's not something you can take home, okay? It's catch and release, and you got to keep it where it is. But what we're doing is restoring a native species to where they're supposed to be, and we're having a good time doing it, and we hope the anglers eventually do too.
Catfish are being released by the state at places like Point State Park and Kilbuck Township through 2036. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
What will the supercomputer of the future look like? We could soon find out because Pitt researchers are collaborating with CMU to build what's called a hybrid quantum computer. Rob Rutenbar, Senior Vice Chancellor for Research at Pitt.
This is not the sort of computer that just shows up in a box on a loading dock and you sort of, drive it in and plug it in. You actually have to build these sort of very specialized environments for these things. But the hope is that the whole shebang is going to be up and running early in 2027.
On the Big K Morning Show, he said they'll start building the hybrid quantum computer this fall. On Wall Street at this hour, all 3 major averages are having a good day. The Dow is up 447 points. The NASDAQ is having one of its best days in a long time, up 595 points, and the S&P 500 is higher by 93. KDK Radio News Time, 12:32. Our next update's at 1. I'm David Colorado on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the curator of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Michael Krause.
Corporal John J. Pinder, Jr. of Allegheny County received the Medal of Honor during World War II near Colville-sur-Mer, France, on June 6, 1944, also known as D-Day. Corporal Pinder landed on the coast with the 16th Infantry under devastating enemy machine gun fire, which caused severe casualties among his boatload. Carrying a vitally important radio, he was hit by enemy fire in waist-deep water and gravely wounded. Pinder delivered the radio and made 3 more trips recovering other equipment from the surf. On the last trip, he was wounded again, but aided in establishing vital radio communications before he was hit for the 3rd time and killed.
Consider a tax-deductible donation. Visit soldiersandsailorshall.org for more information.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Lots of sunshine the rest of today with a high of 82, then mainly clear tonight, though 58. Sunshine tomorrow, a few clouds in the afternoon and warm with a high of 85. It'll remain warm Saturday with clouds and some sun, the high 83. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
For all station contest rules, go to kdkaradio.com/rules.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com. All right, here we go. It's Thursday. We've got lots going on. Colin Dunlap 2 to 6 right here, KDKA.
Spent a lot of time talking about juveniles on this show. I wanted to read about this particular juvenile. I want you to hear about this kid and how this happens and how predictable this is. It's just this kid is 19. And now he's going to spend like 35 years in jail. Yeah. And here's what happened. He shot a kid to death. And this is my whole issue with America and parents and parenting and responsibility. This kid shot a kid like 10 times. It's just crazy. It was a classmate. When they were 15. And he accused the kid of stealing his headsets. 10 times he shot him. He was 15, man. 15. Shot him outside of school. Remember this? Huh? Anyone? Of course you don't. Why would you? Monday goes to Tuesday. This kid, who's dead, Derek Harris, shot him 10 times over. You know those little headsets? Murdered him right in front of the school. I remember this. Blood everywhere, kids screaming. And after he shot him 10 times, he stomped him in the head and kicked him. Yeah. Teenager, 15. Now help me with that. No, really, help me with that. Where the hell's that come from? No, really. Where we at? Who the hell's his mom? Who the hell's his dad? Now he's 19. He's done, man. He pled guilty. 19. He's over. He's going to spend 35 years in prison. So how old is he? 35? He'll be 60 almost when he gets out of jail. Why am I telling you this today? Because I'm sitting here looking at the face of, first of all, the kid he killed. And then the kid who killed him. And then I look at the comments on social media from this Thomas clown. Thank all you Democratic voters and great worthless governor. This is Thomas Clace. This is his interpretation of a 15-year-old who murders someone over a headset. That it's somehow Democrats and somehow Josh Shapiro that have something to do with this? Somehow. Who is he? He killed this guy. And then here, Opa, rotten hell, kid. Okay. Okay. And then James, do the crime, get the time. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Oh, okay. Cool. Not my point. We have a series of videos in a series of armed robberies at gun stores where the videos show these kids pulling up the gun stores and robbing them of 70 to 100 guns. And I keep asking Patrick about this because it jumps out at you. How old, Patrick, is one of the kids who goes into the gun store to steal the guns?
12 years old.
12.
Can't even see over the counter. 12 years old.
You're not exaggerating. He literally can't physically see over the counter. Right?
No.
Right?
That's right.
And how often do we tell these stories, Patrick, with teens on fire? Huh?
Too frequently. All the time.
And I don't know what the hell to tell you. They're out of school in Philadelphia during COVID. This is the truth. About 8,000 kids disappeared. Disappeared, never came back to school. 8,000. Where are they at? In Pittsburgh, they couldn't recover over 1,000 laptop computers from COVID. Just couldn't recover them. And the kids never came back to school. Where the hell are they at? You know, I can call out mom and dad all day long, which is what you folks want me to do. Okay, mom and dad, step up. We can have all the balloon launchings we want. Okay, let's all launch some balloons. But, folks, this isn't stopping anytime soon. And I wanted to kind of build it around this story about how this whole situation started with a kid who was 15 and killed his friend, a classmate. He pled guilty yesterday. First-degree murder. Seriously. Shot him, 15-year-old Derek Harris, 10 times. This happened in 23. And now he's going to be in jail till he's 60. Teens. Now, think of who raises that kid. No, really. Well, no one raises him. No one. My 15-year-old son goes to swimming at 4:30 in the morning. Then when he's done, we pick him up. He has lunch. Then he goes and works out with his friends. Then in the evening, I take him or his mother takes him to Scoops where he works at an ice cream store. He sometimes plays paddleball. Sometimes goes to his friend's house and plays video games. We have constant contact with him. That's our 15-year-old. In this kid's life, who shot his friend over a headset, you find mom and dad for me, please. I guarantee you, I spoke to a school board member about this in Wilkinsburg, and they have tremendous problems with teens. And he said, Marty, Are there gunshots at night when your kids go to sleep? No. Marty, do your kids have tutors? Yes. Marty, is there music blaring in the house at 2 in the morning? No. Marty, are you and your wife together? Yes. Marty, have you or your wife or your kids ever seen someone die in the streets? No. Marty, have you or your wife or kids ever had to hide under your bed at night because you heard gunshots? No. This is my back and forth with a school board member in Wilkinsburg. Marty, 80% of these kids have one parent, and at many times have a difficult time finding that parent. Marty, when you were raised, were both of your parents in the household? Yes. In your house, when you grew up, did you ever hear a shooting? No. In your house, did anyone ever use or sell drugs? No. His point was, their world has imploded. We live in a whole nother world. So what we have are thousands and thousands of teens, 15, 14, 12, as Patrick stated. A kid who couldn't see over the counter at a gun store. He was robbing in the middle of the night with friends. It's so bad that the ATF agents, because they couldn't arrest the kids and couldn't send them to jail because the judges said they were incompetent to stand trial, too young. They literally went to the kid's house, knocked on the door and said, "Ma'am, could your son please return some of the guns he stole?" It's a true story. He gave them 20 guns. He stole 80. Folks, you might not want to believe this, but this is where we're at. You don't know the world where a 15-year-old will kill someone and shoot them 10 times over a friggin' headset. But it's there. And now that boy who shot his friend 10 times over a headset and then kicked him in the head becomes a career criminal and leaves jail at 55 back on the streets to commit more crimes. It's where we're at. And this whole notion of call out their parents, okay, I did. Nothing's changing. It's a friggin' disaster. It's flat out crisis time.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
In retirement, there's only two things that matter: income and growing your money. You don't spend a portfolio. You spend reliable, predictable cash flow month after month. I'm Brian Quaranta at Secure Money Advisors. We specialize in retirement income strategies built to help protect what you've earned and turn savings into sustainable income. As a fiduciary, our job is to make sure that you don't run out of money and you've got a strategy to keep pace with inflation. To learn more, claim your copy of my complimentary book, Right Track Your Retirement, at righttrackpittsburgh.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
This is Carlos, owner of Greater Pitt Tree Service. If you have any concerns about any trees on your property, call Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. We have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. To serve your needs best, we have an ISA certified arborist on staff. We have 32 years experience, 412-884-TREE. We will be your best choice for tree work. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. And remember, we did your neighbor's tree.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's Supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Progressive Insurance. Progressive can protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, RV, and more. In short, a lot of things. Bundle today at Progressive.com.
Did you see that UFO last night?
Is it real or is it AI?
How about the aircraft carrier floating down the river?
Nowadays, it's tough to determine what's legit and what to believe.
I know it's true because it was all over my feed last night.
But when it comes to news, depend on Pittsburgh's original news source since 1920. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Been 30, time would have been 30, no, would have been 30, being 30, been 29, if that'll help, been 29,000, being 7.5, would have been 9.
Get ready to bid on the equipment you need in the Ritchie Brothers Northeast Regional Auction on August 4th. Inventory is housed at locations in Pittsburgh, North Franklin, and Northeast Maryland, with in-person inspections available. Bid on a wide selection of construction and transportation equipment. Don't miss this great opportunity. Visit rbauction.com/Pittsburgh to sign up. Again, that's rbauction.com/Pittsburgh.
Steelers Nation, are you ready? Don't miss Steelers Fest on Saturday, August 8th at Legion Keener Park in Latrobe. There's live music, mouth-watering food from local vendors, games and inflatables for the kids, Steely McBeam and the Steel on Drumline. This is Larry Richard. I'll be there 11 to 1. Then you can meet Steelers legends for autographs 3 to 5. Cap it off with the Saturday night scrimmage at Latrobe Memorial Stadium. Football like you've never experienced it before. It's big. It's bold. It's only in Latrobe.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Norwegian Cruise Lines is cutting its annual forecast, saying bookings for the year ahead are weak. Shares of Norwegian this hour down about 8%, and that's dragging shares of rivals like Royal Caribbean and Carnival lower as well. Elsewhere on Wall Street, though, the tech sector seeing huge gains today thanks to earnings from Microsoft late Wednesday, showing all those billions it's been spending on AI have started to reap some profits. With that, right now, the Dow is up 0.8%. The tech-heavy NASDAQ 2.5% higher. The S&P is up 1.33%. Shares of Chipotle soaring today, up more than 12% after better than forecast sales last quarter, thanks to adding honey chicken and other new items to its menu. It's also raised its full-year guidance. And a setback in housing. Home prices still rising, and now just this week, average long-term mortgage rates hit 6.6%, the highest in a year, according to Freddie Mac, as the war with Iran keeps inflation stubbornly high. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
JK's one of my boys, been in law enforcement more than 40 years. So it comes as no surprise to myself or you that a 15-year-old kills his friend over a headset, and now he's 19, so he'll be 60 when he's back out on the streets. A hardened criminal, JK. There is no shock to this. It happens every single damn day in this new violent teen culture, doesn't it, sir?
It does. It's sad to say, but that kid's a dime a dozen story. There's so many of him out there. It's sad. You know, you're on your third, fourth generation of children, single parent homes where raising kids. So kids are raising kids and so forth, single parent homes. The structures are broken. You know, it's so sad when you go to their homes and the mantel's covered with prison photos or rest in peace photos and balloons and ribbons. You know, there is no family structure. There is another world out there. You know, sometimes before the end of your shift, I'm like, I just got to get away from it and take a ride and go to a restaurant with normal people and hold normal conversations because, like, I'm getting stressed out dealing with this day in and day out, you know?
Hey,
it's hard to watch.
Tell the story about the punk kid who stole those guns and what happened at his house with ATF when they went to try and get some back. It's insane.
So Judge Sizemore deemed a lot of these career criminal juvenile machines who were robbing gun stores and stealing Kias, she deemed them all incompetent to stand trial. So they were unable to prosecute them, charge them. It went through several agencies, the DAs and so forth. So it got so bad that after a gun store robbery, the ATF went and knocked on the door and said, we know that you robbed the gun store, and we know that we can't charge you, so we want the guns back. And they gave them like half or less than half.
So hold on.
That's it. They got an argument with the mom and everything.
They literally knock on the door and say, Mom, could you have your 15-year-old give us some of our guns back? Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, and the sad thing is the judges did this to those cops. So the judges restricted their procedures in plan of arrest. They were basically on a do not touch order, and they couldn't prosecute them or do anything. They couldn't get search warrants or anything.
So the kid goes back into his bedroom, wherever the hell he has the guns, and literally kind of loads them up with guns he stole, and they just go away.
Yeah, I think the mother carried them out.
No.
Yeah, I think the mother actually did. But it's so widespread.
What are we doing,
it's so
man?
horrible. Huh? Nothing. And that's why I've been saying, when you just spoke about the principal or superintendent of schools and the comments that he said, compared to where we live and where other kids grow up, it's a completely different element. There is another world out there, another planet. So at some point, somebody has to figure it out. Schools got to do their part. They need to teach them. The courts need to discipline them. And the cops have to go out and grab them to get them so that the courts can do their job.
Well, these poor cops, all they're trying now they're so desperate. They have so many of these damn stolen cars. Now they're begging people. I sent you this yesterday because they know these kids are going to steal your car. So now they're going to give you a free steering wheel lock. It's that bad, sir. It's that bad.
Okay, that's nice. That's pretty generous of them. I appreciate it. I hope it was a big donation. It didn't cost us another fortune. But that's nice. Okay, but that doesn't fix the problem.
But hold on.
And once again,
these kids are stealing so many cars that they're giving away steering wheel locks.
Yeah, they're putting the problem on the victim again. They always give the problem to the victim. They don't. Oh, jeez.
That's I got the public safety director on next. He's giving away like 2,000, and I think that's fine, but
that's great.
Damn.
And then isn't that park in Beltsuver?
Yeah, it is.
That park's tucked in the back of Beltsuver behind Climax and Curtin and all that.
It is. It is.
So you're going to send normal elderly people up there who are concerned about getting their store, getting lost, driving around Beltsuver. Oh, jeez.
You get a gun lock. With a steering wheel lock, I mean.
Yeah.
They always tell me to call out the parents, but the parents ain't listening to this show. Come on, man.
No, they don't listen to the show. They don't know where their kids are. It's very common to go there and say, I haven't seen my son in 2, 3, 4 months. Seriously.
I have.
They don't know anything about them.
I have.
Their life, it's sad. It is. It's very sad. It's horrible to watch, I can't even talk. Like, we hit a house out in Homewood one time. Dad dives out the back window in his underwear, starts taking off down over the hill, leaves 2 infant children in diapers on the floor. He's trying to escape, and he could care less about them kids. And then we go in, find out he technically wasn't even the dad. He was just watching the kids. They're living in deplorable conditions. Their diapers are like 2-3 pounds apiece.
Jesus.
And I can't even find anybody to take the kids. So I get authorization from CYF to walk 4 houses down, knock at the aunt's house and give them to them. Well, when I get down there, the whole front of her house is covered in bullet holes. And they literally had a picture hanging on the wall. When you open the door, there was a bullet hole there, and they had a paper clip hanging a picture there. And I'm like, I got to give these children to this lady? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm not in charge. That's how bad it is. It's just insanity out there. They don't care about these kids. It's that, they're lost in the system.
Come and get your steering wheel locked, brother. JK, you're my man. Truth to power, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jesus.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. So when it comes to your heart, there's no room for compromise. At UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute, innovation, technology, and world-class expertise come together to treat the most complex heart cases, redefining what's possible for patients who need it most. Getting your heart checked can save your life. Schedule your appointment with the region's leader at upmc.com/heart.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 78 degrees at 1 o'clock. I'm David Colorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick for your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath. TrustPJ.com. Pittsburgh Public Schools Chief of Staff Lamar Blackwell has resigned. A statement from the district says Blackwell submitted his resignation today due to ongoing media coverage and public scrutiny of assault and strangulation charges against him. In his letter of resignation, Blackwell says stepping aside is in the best interest of the district. In April, he was accused of grabbing his girlfriend by the wrist and choking her, and when officers spoke to the woman, they said she had redness on the left side of her neck. Blackwell's preliminary hearing is scheduled for September the 10th. A new interim president has been named for Penn West University. James Fisher will replace John Anderson, who is stepping down to become president at Utah Valley University. Fisher had served in multiple academic leadership roles at Penn West and one of its predecessors, Edinburgh. The Penn West board will start the search for a permanent president soon. The U.S. and Iran have been trading strikes with one another again. In the overnight hours, Jordan said it intercepted Iranian missiles, and Egypt says a drone hit one of its ports. The U.S. also struck military targets in Iran. ABC's Karen Travers says President Trump has been hinting at larger strikes recently, but it's unclear whether that will ultimately happen.
The big question now is whether the president escalates these strikes and goes to that option he was said to be considering last week of something bigger, something more like the early days of the war in late February and early March. The president ultimately decided not to do that because they wanted to see if there was a chance for diplomacy to take hold and actually move forward, and also concerns about the depleted munitions stockpiles.
The president also says he may temporarily withdraw the name of his attorney general nominee, Todd Blanche, with two Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee saying they're not ready yet to vote for him. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy has more.
The two Republican holdouts on the Judiciary Committee say they want it in writing, a commitment from the AG nominee that the anti-weaponization fund is dead, along with limits on the sweeping order barring tax audits targeting President Trump and his family. As Trump says he has no problem pulling Todd Blanche's nomination or renewing it when Tom Tillis and John Cornyn's terms expire in January, Cornyn says Trump would be mistaken if he believes those are the only 2 Republican senators who have concerns.
The Fish and Boat Commission releasing thousands of blue catfish into the Ohio River. Why? Communications Director Mike Parker, told Larry on the Big K Morning Show that the commission wants to rebuild native blue catfish populations that vanished back in the early 1900s.
It's good to have them in the Ohio River because they are a native species, so they've always been part of the ecosystem. Okay, so we're restoring what was natural to the rivers.
On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is up 570 points. The Nasdaq is 624 points higher, and the S&P 500 is also up, currently gaining 105. KDKA Sports, the Pirates will open a 4-game series in Cincinnati tonight with Yohan Ramirez making the start. He'll duel Brett Lauder as Pittsburgh looks to grab Game 1 on the road. First pitch tonight is at 7:10. KDKA Radio News Time 103. Right now, it is currently 78 degrees in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DiLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DiLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health. But then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Colonel is the king of chicken. That's why he's always had a beef with beef. But on Wednesdays, he's squashing the beef by frying it. KFC Country Fried Steak is here for only $4.99. Crispy golden outside, tender steak inside. Served with peppery gravy, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. At last, the Colonel and beef bury the hatchet in gravy. Get the $4.99 Country Fried Steak Wednesdays for a limited time only at KFC.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax, tip, and fees extra.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Bright sunshine this afternoon, our high reaching 82, then clear skies tonight, low 58. Sunshine and a few high clouds tomorrow afternoon, the high temperature 85. Warm Saturday with clouds, some sun, and a high of 83. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The police department is engaged, man. Every cop I know out there on the streets is trying to fight this horrible explosion of crime with teens. It's rough, man. I'm sitting there this morning with my wife, Christine, and we're looking at the picture of the teen who shot and killed his friend when he was 15. Shot him 10 times, kicked him in the head, and walked away. And I said to my wife, he's dead. His friend's dead, now he's dead. And no one knows what the hell to do. And out there in the community, these kids, and I'm not lying, they steal cars like you would take a piece of candy. Remember when the grocery stores used to have penny candy? And you would snag a piece? They steal these cars like that all the time. In some kind of effort to stop this madness and to make folks in the community feel safer, the cops in the community, they got a grant to at least say, all right, come on, folks, get a steering wheel lock, an anti-theft device, and we'll start from there. One of my favorite people who is out there right in the heart of this, trying to fight this war, Public Safety Director Sheldon Williams. How are you, sir?
Hey, Marty, I'm doing well today.
It's a hell of a war, isn't it, sir? It's got so many different facets to it, doesn't it?
First of all, it's a disturbing trend that we have, not just here, it's countrywide, but when I mean Pittsburgh specific, but we have groups of young teens who go joyriding, and stealing cars is not nothing new.
No.
I mean, this has been, and I'm not excusing the behavior, but what we're seeing, too, is we're seeing groups, 4 to 6 sometimes in a car. They'll steal a car, and they're joyriding, hanging out the car. It's a matter of public safety. It's a matter of concern for us, and we need to do some things to try to remedy the issue.
Yeah, and you can't fix everything at once. So why the steering wheel lock giveaway? I love the idea. Where is it, sir, and why?
Yeah, so first of all, the steering wheel locks are a great deterrent across the board. Some people don't like them because they're unsightly and they're cumbersome and stuff like that, but it's a great deterrent against vehicle theft itself. But specifically, we have certain models of vehicles that are attractive because of this YouTube, thing that's going around and stuff on social media, where they can come in and because of some loophole in the electronics of the vehicle, they can come in and steal these vehicles through those methods. I don't want to describe it full, but people can go look at it. And these kids learn how to do it. It's easy to do, and because of that, Hyundais and Kias tend to be the cars of choice. And so we are highly suggesting those that have those models of certain years, please, if you're a city resident and have your car registered, this is an opportunity for you to get one of those deterrents. But it's open to any and everybody if they would choose to add this to their vehicle just to deter people from stealing them.
Where is it, sir, and when is it, and how do we get there?
Yeah, so it's today.
Yeah.
From 4 to 6 o'clock. It's going to be in Vincent Park, over off of Garing Avenue, I think, 700 Garing Avenue, Vincent Park. That's in Council District 3 in cooperation with Bob Charlin, council member over in District 3 Police, and there's some other supporters that we're going to be there. I'm going to be there at the beginning to try to encourage people to come out to get these items. As long as we have them, we'll give out as many as we have. Hopefully we'll exhaust ourselves of every one that we have. But this is one of the ways that we can help to deter this behavior and make it less of a target for those who want to choose to do the joyriding and the like.
We have reached such a weird point in our lives. There are literally videos that tell these kids how to steal these cars, sir, in a minute, right? Right?
Yeah, I get First Amendment and stuff like that, and I'm a big proponent of upholding those constitutional rights. But I mean, it's a perplexing problem that we can't control, because then the kids see this, and then you get more and more of these behaviors. And there have been some fixes out there that the manufacturers have tried to fix it, but it still exists. So it's an ongoing issue, and we still have the problem. And I also want to encourage people, too, whether or not they think that their car doesn't fit the information I said, Marty, I want to encourage everybody, make your vehicle less of a target, period. Lock your doors, get items out of view that might be of value. I mean, these are people look for opportunities of, just by walking past your car, just to either break in or go into your car. So to deter all those other behaviors as well, people can be a little more conscientious about their vehicles, lock them, take the items out of view so it doesn't become a target in and of itself.
Public Safety Director Sheldon Williams, my producer, writes this note. My wife's car was stolen in Lawrenceville, 12-year-old and his friends. They found the car abandoned in Wilkinsburg. Check this out. They knew who did it because he left his Adderall medication in the back seat and his name on it and weed inside the car. A friggin' 12-year-old, Sheldon. Sad, isn't it, sir?
Marty, very sad. And to add some more insult to this scenario, if you will, we have repeat incidents where people have been identified, have been caught, and have been arrested, with this, receiving stolen property, whatever, and in a matter of a day or two, they're back out and doing it again.
No.
So it has happened that we've had this issue. We, again, are asking for cooperative efforts to help to curtail this. But these kids, they're young, but we've had some incidents where they've been right back out there and doing the same thing again. So we're doing our best we can, trying to deter the behavior, and that's why this steering wheel lock is one of the things we're doing.
Big picture. This is a hell of a mess, sir. And I start out the hour by talking about this 15-year-old who shot his friend 10 times in the head, kicked him in the head, and walked away. His life is over. Do you have any idea, sir, how we begin to address this madness? Where do we start?
Yeah, I mean, multiple layers here, but to the point that you raised, like, such a minor issue that caused such a tragic outcome. You know, the reason why this even came about, very tragic. What we have to do is, like, people have to, the layers that we need more emotional stability, and people to take a moment. And I'll say also, too, like, you know, societally, these things that keep on moving forward progressively. I'm having our people, and we're talking about this acceptance of this fight culture as well. We see it with videos and stuff like that. We got to counter some of that stuff because it just becomes progressive and it just keeps on evolving into other things. But, yeah, the tragedy of it, people that have more emotional stability, we see it. I mean, we saw incidents between just a road rage incident when somebody happened in the West End. So it's a cultural thing. We have to get on top. Not one fix, but we all got to come together to figure it out.
Sheldon Williams, Public Safety Director, and one of my favorite human beings. One more time, sir, where is this event and when?
Yep, Council District 3 in the city of Pittsburgh, 700 Gearing Avenue, Vincent Park. For city residents, please bring your registration. We have plenty of locks, and we'll give them out until we don't have any more, and any and every person is welcome to come grab one.
There are a lot of cops that give a damn, like my friend Sergeant Robinson, who says, come on, man, let's step up, let's make a difference. They do care, sir, and so do you, right?
Yeah, Sergeant Robinson's a rock star.
He is.
I got a lot of good personnel, men and women who work in public safety. Continuously, those who might follow me on social media, I try to make sure that I communicate that. They do great work, and I want them to know they're acknowledged in the great work that they do every single day.
Man, Sheldon, how the hell do we get to a point where 12-year-olds are stealing cars and then they get out and steal another one? How, sir? How do we get here?
Well, we have to have a little more robust, not just conversations. Whether it's, you know, I have to come together for those entities, the courts, juvenile probation. The people who are out on the street with our police officers and stuff with juvenile probation and the like, they're great. But we have to take a real good look at this and say, how are we going to really care for these scenarios? And until we have everybody on board, law enforcement will continue to have to respond to these things, but that's not the only fix here. No. We have to fix the problem by getting the treatment, getting people placed where they need to be placed, and figure out what we do to handle the problem, the root causes of the problem, because all we're going to keep doing is respond to behavior.
You got that right. Sir, you're the best. Truth to power, sir. Thanks for caring. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime, Marty.
He is the man and gives a damn more than most people have ever known. 12-year-old steals cars, gets out of jail that day and steals more cars the next day. Damn.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
So my man Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service takes a massive tree off an elderly woman's house for free. Why? Because he gives a damn. He's the best there is. They have the best equipment, the best staffing, the best pricing. They do the job right every single time. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Carlos is out there right now, cutting trees. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE. Call him.
Nate Bargatze.
It's a lot to have two dogs, because you got to open the back door and let two dogs out.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. PPG Paints Arena. July 30th and 31st. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey, it's Pony back to talk about my guys from Comer and Cross. If your garage floor is cracked and stained, you already know that it's making your entire garage look bad, and a bad epoxy job makes it look worse. With one easy call to Comer and Cross, 1 1-800-NEW floor. You can get a quick estimate for a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor that you will love, just like I love mine. A Comer and Cross garage floor, gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In just one day, Comer and Cross will fix all your cracks and pits perfectly. They'll apply the gleaming new Comer and Cross concrete floor you choose. They'll even move your stuff out of the garage for you. Several realtors now say a Comer and Cross garage floor can increase your home's value by up to 10%. With over 2,000 five-star reviews and 50% off installation right now, what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-NEW floor right now. That's 1-800-NEW floor, or schedule us at COMERcross.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Tootie Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. The Tootie culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. Tootie Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Nuts. 11-year-olds stealing cars. 10-year-olds stealing cars. 12-year-olds stealing guns. And it's a new era, man. It's not a good thing. Wow. In case you're interested in this giveaway, let me give the particulars again. I'll post it on social. Steering wheel lock, drive, protect your vehicle, and enjoy refreshments. Venson Park. That's today, 4 to 6. Venson Park, 700 Gearing Avenue. Must bring vehicle registration and proof of city residency. How many are they giving away here? I love the public safety director. I've known him for a long, long time. And how many are they giving away? 250? Yep. They got a grant giving away 250 steering wheel locks. They're not infallible. Some people hate them. Some people think they're worthless. I've never had one. Patrick, have you? Have you used one?
I have before, and they can be defeated pretty quickly.
What car?
But,
I forget what car you had.
Well, the steering wheel locks, doesn't matter what model you have.
I'm not asking that. I'm just asking what kind of car you had.
The one that was stolen was my wife's car. That was stolen was a Chevy Equinox.
Wow. And by a 12-year-old.
From right in front of her. Right. Yeah, by a 12-year-old. Actually, there was a slow-speed chase in Wilkinsburg before they all jumped out of the car
12.
and abandoned it. 12. And they know this because his Adderall medication, the bottle, was literally in the back seat with weed stuffed into it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
12.
And it was not his first rodeo either. He had stolen cars before.
You heard Sheldon. No, arrest these kids on a Monday. They're back
stealing cars on Tuesday. Wow.
Yeah, well, it tells you the problem is not the police arresting these kids. The problem is the system cutting them back loose.
You argue...
What are we up to, 12 beds now at Schumann?
Yeah. You argue that, and there's a lot of data to back this up, it's nice to give away these locks, but oftentimes they're not very good. Is that true, sir?
Yeah, pretty much. Most of the cheap ones, the professional car thieves will tell you between 5 and 30 seconds to disable them.
I don't know.
The ones that take longer
I don't know what this
are
brand
the ones
is.
that cover.
I'm not disparaging the giveaway. I think it's...
No, it's a great thing they're doing.
They're trying.
You got to do something.
Man. What did they do with the kids who stole your wife's car that were 12?
Took him to Schumann and he was out the next day.
Yeah.
You know, same story we've been hearing.
No.
Repeated over and over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sad about it because it's actually happening all over the city. And that particular, the Hyundais, right? Patrick, what were the Hyundais were the ones really easy to, right?
Well, the Hyundais and the Kias, yeah. And there's supposedly some sort of software update they did that fixed the problem, but they're still being stolen left and right.
And I've seen that, like, they give this how-to video online. It's become kind of laughable, huh?
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
The USB key.
Yeah.
Theft. Yeah. Real easy.
And how long does it take? It looked like a minute or so.
I think it was less than in most of those cases.
Anyway, free community event, steering wheel lock drive today at July 30th, 4 to 6. I will post this on social. Benson Park in the city. I think they have 250 of them. Bring your vehicle registration and proof of city residency, and you get a free steering wheel lock. Some people don't like them because they're kind of cumbersome, but I don't know. I think most 12-year-olds, if they see it, they're not going to want to mess with it, I guess. I don't know enough about it, but they're trying, man. You know? They're trying. I don't know what to tell you. It's insane to me how young these kids are and how brazen they are and how they do it because they know they can, because they know they won't be punished, and they know that they're picked up, they'll be sent home to mom and dad. And that's what happens, or mom or dad. And it happens time and time and time again. Can't blame the cops, man. They arrest them all day long downtown. They arrest them all night long, all over the city, and they're back out. I was told by a number of folks who know this game that this culture of violent teens was born during COVID, that a significant number of kids, I saw it in Pittsburgh, we saw it in Philly, we saw it in all the major cities, dropped out of school forever, never went back. And that their parents either fell out of the system or ended up in jail, mom and or dad. And so now I was told by several cops and folks studying this that their theory is that during that process, this whole culture of criminals, kids who are now teens or a little bit older, are now out on the streets with no direction, no education, one parent, and nothing to do all day and night. I have had notes from parents who say, or moms who say, I haven't seen my son in 2 months. Could you please put the word out? Williams says the devices are a waste of money. Thieves can spray on Freon and freeze the lock, enabling it to be knocked off. Thieves also use a drill to drill out the lock. Wow. These devices can be removed in seconds. Save your money. I don't know, brother. They're giving away. Sounds like he knows. They're giving away 250 of them today, 4 to 6, Benson Park in the city. Benson Park in the city, 4 to 6. They're free. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing medicine.
Hi, I'm Peter Sagal. When we were growing up, my two brothers and I just loved our Uncle Ted. He was like a really cool big brother who always brought around the best toys and took us to the best places and with whom we always had the most fun. It was odd, though, when we got older, to realize he wasn't nearly as outgoing and adventurous with other adults. I found out much later that this might have had something to do with the ostomy bag he wore ever since he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease as a teenager and had part of his lower intestine removed. Theodor Skolnick, my Uncle Ted, died last year at the age of 80, never having once mentioned his illness to me or my brothers. He left a large bequest to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation to help fund better treatments for these diseases and also to help other people, old and young, seek and get help for the situation that he was never able to talk about. Don't feel you need to hide your Crohn's or colitis. Go to spillyourguts.org to learn more about the treatments available and even find a specialist. That's spillyourguts.org.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, contact NICB at reportinsurancefraud.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 80 degrees at 1:30. I'm David Bollerado. Lamar Blackwell is out as chief of staff for the Pittsburgh Public Schools. He submitted his resignation this morning, saying the public focus and media coverage of an alleged domestic dispute has become a distraction. He said stepping down is in the best interest of the district. He was accused of strangling his girlfriend in an incident at his home in April. Superintendent Wayne Walter says the district respects Blackwell's decision. The Cayman Science Center is shifting into high gear with a new attraction that puts visitors in the driver's seat. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has details.
One of the biggest draws at the new Science of Speed, powered by Lenovo, is a multi-level electric go-kart track where riders can reach speeds of up to 40 miles an hour. Pittsburgh Mayor Corey O'Connor was among the first to take it for a spin.
Oh, it was fun. It was great. It's a lot faster than you think. And just for a go-kart track to go up and down and around bends, it's definitely a great experience, and we had a lot of fun.
Beyond the track, visitors can test racing simulators, explore hands-on STEM exhibits, see historic and modern race cars, and grab a bite in the race-themed Pit Stop Lounge. Science of Speed opens to the public Saturday, August 1st, next to the Cayman Science Center. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
AP correspondent Donna Warder has the latest government report on the U.S. economy.
The U.S. economy grew 1.5% from April through June, weighed down by rising imports. The U.S. gross domestic product, the output of goods and services, was a deceleration from 2.1% in the first quarter of this year. The Commerce Department's report is below economists' expectations, but consumer spending increased at an annual 3.2%, up from 0.5% in the first quarter. Consumer spending accounts for about 70% of U.S. economic activity. And a measure of the economy's underlying strength looks good. That does not include numbers for government spending and trade. Donna Warder, Washington.
And the market is reacting favorably with the Dow up 565 points. The NASDAQ is 625 points higher, and the S&P 500 up more than 105. KDK Radio News Time 1:32. Our next update's at 2. I'm David Bollerado on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
Water can get in, that's bad business. ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh going to get in and fix it for you. Water can get through your roof, your windows, even your basement, and once it does, it spreads quickly. That's terrible. When water gets in, ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh, they get to work. Demand that yellow van. 412-RECOVER. That's the number. That's 412-RECOVER. The best call to make in the worst situation.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
Life-changing is happening every day at UPMC.
I've always had aspirations to serve my community. I enjoy working at Children's Hospital and being around an environment where I make the kids happy and make the kids smile. Not all hospitals have a dedicated police force, but UPMC does, keeping patients and staff safe. I want families to know that when they come to UPMC, we're here for them.
That's life-changing medicine at UPMC.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free. And 48 months with 0% interest. Same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 412-545-6003. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-284-1238. 800-284-1238. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-284-1238.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Plenty of sunshine and pleasant for the rest of today with a high of 82, then moonlit skies and comfortable tonight, low 58. Sunny to partly cloudy and warm tomorrow, high 85 for Saturday, remaining warm with more clouds and sun, high 83. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Got a post from one of my boys, Zeke, about the video of the chief of staff for the school district, and the video that shows him inside the diamond store. And my friend Zeke, who I love, who I rely on for insight, has to be some accountability for the Facebook page. What does a man spending his money have to do with his job? It's negative media of black people. He shouldn't have the job, man. If he's a chief of staff for the city, for the schools, and he's paid $200,000 a year, and he's representing all those kids, he shouldn't be doing a big money video at a jewelry store, sir. I love you, Zeke, and we're going to have to disagree on this one. He shouldn't have done the damn video. He shouldn't be doing a side hustle at a jewelry store showing stacks of cash and diamond grilled teeth. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I love you. I love you. You're my man. You're family to me. And I rely on you and I trust your insight and input. However, there is no way the chief of staff for the whole damn school district, who gets paid $200,000, who represents the best interests of the kids in Pittsburgh, should be cutting videos inside a jewelry store with massive diamond bling and massive boxes of cash. Zeke, love you. I beg to differ with you on this one. There's no way he should have been allowed to make that side hustle video. No way. No. And it is a reflection on him and his character and the decision to hire him. It is a factor. It's not racist. If that's a white guy and he's the chief of staff and he's doing the same damn thing, that's just as tacky, just as low rent, and just as ignorant to do that. Come on. Zeke, watch the video showing us massive boxes. You worry about cliches and racist comments. Come on, man. Come on, man. Patrick, you know Zeke. He's my man. We've done a lot with him and his son, his family, and his wife. He should that chief of staff should not have made that video. Yes, Patrick? Right? No audio.
Not be out there, doing commercials for jewelry stores. Right. Absolutely not.
There's no way. No way at all. Showing boxes of cash. Is that him? Is that Zeke? He's one of my boys. He's family to me. Go ahead. Zeke, that video. Bad call. Bad call. Bad call.
Hello?
Hey, man. You're on the air. Marty? You're on the air. That video, man. Bad call. Bad call.
This is okay, Marty. Like I say to you sometimes, sometimes I struggle with my own morals. You know what I mean? And you know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
But if somebody is he's going through something, this and that, or whatever, it may be a bad call. Okay, Marty, I don't disagree with you on that.
Okay.
It may be a bad call. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. But my problem is the media, this and that, and I know it's a social media world, this and that, or whatever.
Yeah.
But what he maybe shouldn't be doing, which I understand morally,
of course.
and what he can't do is two different things. And you cannot be persecuted as far as your job, even though he's a leader of kids, this and that, or whatever. That is on the people that didn't do the background check.
I agree.
On that man.
They should have fired him when they saw the video. You're right.
No, I'm not. Why? I don't know about that, Marty, because if he's not doing, even though he might be a leader of children, this and that, or whatever, you still have legal parameters to everything. You cannot just fire people for things that you don't like.
I don't know what the rules are, but I don't want my chief of staff with stacks of cash talking smack about gold teeth and jewelry if he's my chief of staff of a school district, right? You don't.
Yeah, no. Let me see more. Now, this is a cult. Now, I understand what you may be saying, cult, talking smack, but this is a cultural thing, Marty.
Well, you saw him. You watched the video. Did you watch the video?
Yes, I did, but let me just give you something. Yeah. Just like you wear Gucci shoes, black kids and black people wear gold teeth and jewelry.
I don't wear Gucci, nothing. Sorry, man.
Yes, but I'm Marty.
Wrong guy.
That's not my point. Okay. You understand my point? The point I'm trying to make is just because you culturally don't like something, that doesn't make it wrong.
No. I'm saying he can't cut that video if he works here. He can't get that video if he works for PPG. He can't cut that video if he works for the mayor. He can't.
Why? I'm saying to you, okay, maybe it's not works, but any job, this and that, if you have earned income, now it's stupid. I'm not saying that, Marty. It's stupid.
But what happened? Here's what I completely agree. What happens is the moron, loser, racist come out of the cracks, and they stereotype anyone who's successful and anyone who's black. That's what happens.
That's all my people.
You're right,
Marty, because I guess. That's all my concern is
right.
the negative in the media. Now, he's an idiot, no doubt, but, I just say, sometimes it's poured on.
Right
and
on.
then, Marty, and Pittsburgh is a city where it's Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, and in between is Alabama. So then on Facebook, all you get is the racist comments.
True.
You know what I mean?
Hold on. I'm going to give you an example, and I know you don't have time to listen. And I'm going to tell you two sides of this because you're my man.
Yeah.
And we are very close friends. So here's what happened. So a woman's
I'm getting cussed out for that.
Hold on, woman's son dies on McKnight Road, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a young African American. She reaches out to me and says, "Help me raise money for the funeral." I said, "I'm all in." Okay. So he posts a GoFundMe, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The first comment, and I'm serious about this, and I'm glad you called, is why did the N-word cross the road? I snapped. I went friggin' berserk. But, and I had her talking about this rage and racism. However, between the time that happened and the next day, almost $15,000 was raised for that young man and his mom. My point is,
I know what you do, Marty.
I have to try and filter the morons, the racists whose asses I would like to kick their ass.
And it goes both ways. Like, even I'll say, Marty, black people think black people can't be racist, but black people think it's okay to be bigots also. Yeah, in order to be a racist, you have to have power and money.
No, I get
but
it.
I was raised around black and white people,
Yes,
and
you
I try my best,
Right.
to treat everybody equally. But it's a world, Marty, where you have to be aware of, even though you might not like it, that man still has he's an idiot, but he still has a family, this and that, or whatever. He has to deal with the consequences of his actions for the woman and everything else.
True.
You know what I mean?
True. I love you. And I thank you for calling. You made my day.
All right, I'll see you, Marty. Be safe.
Truth to power. Love the man. Steve, go ahead.
Oh, hey, Marty.
Thanks for holding. Thanks for holding, by the way. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Oh, you're great. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I mean, it's not illegal what he did, but with his position and stuff,
right?
I think he should be terminated.
It's
I mean, you're held to a high standard.
It's tacky. It's tacky.
It is.
Come on, man.
And you're held to a code of conduct too with your KDKA job.
You make $200 grand, man. Chill out. Don't cut the video in the jewelry store with boxes of money. Don't do it.
Yeah.
No, I bad call, man. I'm not saying that's why he resigned. But it did kind of coincide with that video. What's amazing is, well, I love Patrick. No one gave a damn, Patrick. Quite frankly, when he made the video 50 weeks ago, no one even knew it existed until they got in trouble, right? Audio.
It's been out there since last August.
Come on, man. We got to do something about the audio. Come on. It's been out there since last August. It had like 5 views, and no one gave a damn. But now that...
No one saw it till now.
Right on. And now everybody gives a damn. It's kind of ridiculous. We'll be back.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty. The Pittsburgh Speaker Series at Heinz Hall, presented by University of Pittsburgh, announces its 26-27 season. 7 evenings to deepen your understanding of the world around you, featuring Anderson Cooper, former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, financial journalist Andrew Ross Sorkin, former NASA Administrator Charles Bolden, and the former U.S. Ambassador to China Nicholas Burns. The series is sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James. Tickets on sale now at pittsburghspeakers.org.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Hey there, it's Jill Schlesinger. I'm launching a new show. It's called Money Moves, and your money is going to move. We're going to help you make better financial decisions. We're going to call out the BS you're finding all over social media. We're going to give you actionable guidance to make your financial life clearer, less stressful. We're going to answer your financial questions and take the mystery out of your financial life. Follow and listen to Money Moves with Jill Schlesinger wherever you get your podcasts.
Colin Dunlap takes the show on the road in support of the Wiener 100 race at EQT Park as part of the Bark in the Park night on August 4th before the Wild Things game. 7 races, 7 dogs. and KDKA Radio. Find out if your wiener dog is eligible to race by clicking on the events page at KDKARadio.com. Hot dogs, baseball, the Wiener 100 race, and Colin Dunlap. Only on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
Time to get that painting project done that you've been putting off by calling CertaPro Painters. Hi, this is Larry Richard. My first experience more than a decade ago started with a free estimate. They got that done quickly and left the place beautifully cleaned up after a great professional job. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. That makes all the difference in the world. You're talking to the owner. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Folks, you know how I feel about CCAC. I know 2 nurses right now, no debt, working right now at UPMC CCAC grads. Check this out. They also offer 17 degree programs and 15 certificate programs completed online through their virtual campus. They cover the same content as on-campus or hybrid classes and are taught by CCAC faculty. Check it out. CCAC rocks.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Hellbender, a physical AI startup, has moved its headquarters to the Roundhouse at Hazelwood Green and is leasing additional space in nearby Mill 19, which will serve as a manufacturing operation for the company. According to an announcement, Hellbender, which expects to create more than 500 jobs in the next 5 years, has leased a total of nearly 90,000 square feet at the 2 buildings on a 10-year term, doubling the size of the company's established local footprint and pivoting from a previous plan to establish an office at Bakery Square. Also, Pittsburgh's 4th largest law firm is opening 3 new offices on August 3rd. Dickey McCamey and Chilcote said July 30th that it's adding sites in Albany, New York, Lexington, Kentucky, and Reading, Pennsylvania. That takes the firm's footprint to 24 locations, stretching from Detroit to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It also marks the 4th new site so far this year. Dickey McCamey announced a Cincinnati office in January, or 5th within 12 months, given its entry to Lancaster, Pennsylvania in late 2025. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Zeke's one of my boys, in case you're wondering. We hang out a lot. We did a lot of stuff together with him, his wife, his son. He gives me great insight. Has a brilliant daughter at Penn State. Did some Get Marty stuff with his son. Works at the airport. Electrician. Really, really good at his job. Wonderful family man. I wish he could sit in here every day and kind of offer balance. It's tough sometimes, honestly, sitting in this chair. In the Great Divide, in the world of the Great Divide. It's kind of stark, the divide, and Zeke lives it. Raz, kind of in the break, kind of talked to my ear about, it's astounding how many more millionaires there are, like thousands more millionaires in America. Patrick has seen this, and so have I. And we've had great success. In fact, a lot of us have because of the stock market and blah, blah, blah. And then I get into this discussion with Raz because I love him. I love having him around. In the Great Divide, you have folks in Aspen, Colorado, paying cash for $8 million homes. Yet there are about 6 million Americans who can't afford a home at all. At all. And there is a significant number of young people living in their parents' basement, the highest number in history. And there are a significant number of people now, and I just saw this morning, putting their groceries on credit cards. And Zeke lives that. He just does. And my point is that we collectively kind of lose perspective. And the concern is from someone like Zeke, who's black, is that I post this video of this chief of staff of the school district doing this stupid commercial for this jewelry store, and I'm sure they sell fine jewelry, but he looks like an idiot. And everything he's doing in the video is stereotype. Banging the money on the counter and showing his game and talking trash and wearing the gold. And all it does, and this guy is supposed to be an elite chief of staff forming the future of the Pittsburgh public schools. And he's selling teeth with diamonds on them and massive necklaces and literally profiling, I don't know, if I'm counting, millions of dollars in cash in boxes in front of him and slapping it on the ground. I don't know. By any standard, that's just stupid. But what happens is every racist then jumps on and says, see, this is what they are, this is what they do, and that's not true. So I get all of it, and I see all of it, and the balance is very, very difficult at times, quite frankly. And it particularly started with me this week with this wonderful young woman whose son was killed on McKnight Road, and the racist that couldn't help themselves and made racial slurs and about the young man and about black people and about his mother, and yet we still raised close to $12,000, had to stop the fundraiser because she didn't need that much. But the balance is hard, man. And Zeke is right. And we kind of have to be cognizant of that. And I have to be more aware than most because I'm the guy in the chair. I did a test this morning with the egg deal at Giant Eagle. They have 3 dozen eggs for 95 cents. It's their 95th anniversary, which is actually very cool, and the price is insane. Remember when eggs were $6 for a dozen? You got to buy 3 dozen, so you can't go up and say, here's 30 cents. Otherwise, they're $1.50 each. Limit 1, 3 dozen per household while the supplies last. Fine. It's their 95th anniversary. It's a cute little thing. And I did what I call the jag-off test. And I posted it just because I wanted to see what you folks had to say. It's called a lost leader. They hope you're in there. You'll buy other groceries. Shop and Save has been 59 cents a dozen for 2 months, still running. This is cheaper than that, lady. Donna, how about the bird flu? Huh? Regular price, $1.49 a dozen. If you buy 3 dozen, you get them. Don't go in there and hand them. I sent the text about the 3 dozen eggs. Larry, yeah, we got cheap eggs. What about all their other prices? See? I sent it to my boy David Urban, who's good friends with Trump, and told him to tell the president the Giant Eagle is selling eggs for 3 dozen for 95 cents. We will see if it ends up on True Social this afternoon. It's at all Giant. It's at all the stuff. I love this town. I like how people pile on. They can't even just go and buy 3 dozen eggs for 99 cents and tell the wife when they get home, hey, I got 3 dozen eggs for 95 cents. No, they got to whine about it. And they are. And I love you for it. That's why I love all of you. You make the day funny. Colin Dunlap is next.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You've spent decades building your savings and planning for your future. Now the focus shifts from accumulation to protection, from growth to sustainable income you can depend on. I'm Brian Quaranta, and at Secure Money Advisors, we help retirees build structured retirement plans designed to help protect what they've worked so hard to build and preserve. To learn more, claim your copy of my book, Right Track Your Retirement, at righttrackpittsburgh.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time